Welcome to another broadcast of high school sports here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source. We want to say thanks to all the community-spirited businesses who bring you our coverage. We hope that you'll join us thanking those sponsors by giving them your patronage. Now, let's go live for our coverage of exciting sports action on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Loup City here on KBBN. I'm Gavin Higgins. I'll be joined shortly by my broadcast partner, Jeremy Shipe. The last regular season game here on KBBN as we have Ansley, Litchfield, and Arcadia, Loup City from Loup City. As we begin this broadcast, I want to thank some great sponsors making it possible. They include Joe's Market, 4 County Heating and Air, Thrivent Financial with Scott Harvey, First Nebraska Bank Insurance Group, Moshka's Building Center, Kuska's Hardware and Variety Store, Platte River Outdoors, Citizens Bank, Loup City Auto Parts, Johnson Hunt and Fish, Marcus Trucking, Insurance of the Heartland, Muddy Creek Ag, Baco Transfer, Flatwater Bank, Pates Farm Service, Town & Country Bank, BD of Broken Bow, also brought to you by Nebraska State Bank, Grocery Cart, Rod's Body and Paint, Arrow Seed, Team Physical Therapy, Mead Lumber, Trotter Service, Shelter Insurance with Brent Custer, Custer Federal State Bank, A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping, Squire Septic Service of Myrna, Agland ATV, Bruning Bank, and Sargent Irrigation. All of those sponsors you just heard are bringing the broadcast possible here on KBBN. But we are also providing a video stream for you which can be accessed on Facebook, St. Hills Express, as well as on YouTube. Same place, St. Hills Express. We'll thank those sponsors when we come back here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Lori Bush is an independent agent at First Nebraska Bank Insurance Group, meaning she can quote with many different companies and find the best deal for you. Call and get a quote for your auto, home, or business insurance today at 789-6600. They're Arcadia's leading insurance provider and are now a local Aflac agent. They're proud supporters of all area athletes. Stop in to see Lori and talk to her about your coverage. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by First Nebraska Bank Insurance Group in Arcadia.
Are you wanting to remodel your kitchen or bathroom but you don't know where to start? Come see me, Abby Mahler, the kitchen and bathroom designer at Moshka's Building Center in Arcadia. It's my job to design your kitchen layout and help you coordinate your cabinets, countertops, backsplash, flooring, and hardware. I have design software that lets you see a 3D image of your layout so you can visually picture what your new kitchen will look like. Please call us at 789-6252 and ask for Abby to set up your free consultation today.
Kushock Hardware and Variety in Loup City is open for you from 8 until 6 Monday to Saturday and Sunday from 9 until 1. When it comes to your lawn and garden for any season, shop Kushock Hardware and Variety. They invite you to do your gift shopping with them too. In the basement, Platte River Outdoors holds a full-service archery and outdoor supply shop with all the brands you know and love. Happy to help bring you this broadcast of the Arcadia Loup City Rebels, Kushock Hardware and Variety in Loup City.
Citizens Bank and Trust provides superior financial service with honesty, professionalism, and confidentiality while promoting economic growth and stability in the communities they serve. With convenient locations in St. Paul, Loup City, and Central City, all locations are experienced in real estate, agriculture, commercial and consumer lending, offering savings, deposit, checking accounts, debit cards, and online and mobile banking. Citizens Bank and Trust Company. Your community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Need auto parts? Don't search high, low, and in between. Talk to Loup City Auto Parts on Main Street in Loup City. Open Monday to Friday 8 to 5 and from 8 to noon on Saturday. They stock replacements, accessories, supplies, and equipment so you can get about any make of automobile back on the road. They even have light and heavy-duty truck parts, off-road equipment, buses, and ag equipment too. Saying Go Rebels by sponsoring this broadcast. Loup City Auto Parts.
No matter what hunting season is around the corner, you should be headed to Johnson Hunt and Fish in Loup City to prepare. Great customer service, a knowledgeable staff, and competitive pricing mean you're on your way to a great outdoor experience. From hunting gear and fishing gear to licenses and park permits, go see Johnson Hunt and Fish in Loup City, 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on South Highway 58. They're proud to help bring you this broadcast.
Welcome back to Loup City. Both teams continuing warm-ups for our first contest between the girls of Arcadia Loup City and Ansley Litchfield. As I mentioned, this broadcast is also being video streamed live for you. You can access on Facebook or YouTube, which is Sandhills Express. Very easy to access. And it is also being brought to you by some phenomenal sponsors. They include Citizens Bank, BD of Broken Bow, Nebraska State Bank, Grocery Cart, Mead Lumber, Trotter Service, Squire Septic Service of Myrna, Agland ATV, Lions Appliance, Palmer Monument, Insurance of the Heartland, Lashley Land, Culligan with Del Moniger and Tim Wright, the Callaway District Hospital, Gateway Motors, Dairy Queen, Food Bar and Grill in Anselmo, Power Solutions, and Agribest Feeds of Callaway. A big thank you to all of our sponsors making our radio and video broadcast for you on KBBN, as well as our video streaming platforms. Take another break. When we come back, welcome Jeremy Shipe to the broadcast area, and we'll talk about what we've got coming up, and of course the game in front of us, Arcadia Loup City and Ansley Litchfield.
Corey and Roxy with Marcus Trucking of Loup City are proud supporters of the Arcadia Loup City Rebels. If you need cattle hauled, it's simple. Just give Marcus Trucking of Loup City a call, 402-389-0730. They have the equipment, know-how, and customer service you desire. That's Marcus Trucking of Loup City. Happy to help bring you this broadcast featuring the Arcadia Loup City Rebels.
Insurance of the Heartland in Ansley is a proud radio sponsor of area high school sports. The skills that students learn in athletics go beyond the playing field. These student athletes learn teamwork, work ethic, and competitiveness, just to name a few. The sports that they participate in also are a way to bring communities together. The team at Insurance of the Heartland in Ansley is happy to help bring you this broadcast to cheer on your team.
Muddy Creek Ag supports the Ansley Litchfield Spartans. Pete, Brian, Trey, and Brandy are your suppliers of all feed and seed products, Traeger grills, and seasonings as well. They also have new and used seed tenders and are proud to be channel seedmen. Good luck, Spartans, from Muddy Creek Ag. Call them at 308-935-1155. The same people with the same great products on Highway 2 in Ansley, America.
Baco Transfer Incorporated of Litchfield buys, sells, hauls, and grinds hay and other forage crops year-round. Specializing in handling and processing, their fleet of specialty equipment with experienced operators work with many operations across central Nebraska. They also operate a full-service automotive repair shop for trucks and passenger vehicles in Litchfield. Driven to exceed your customer service expectations, Baco Transfer, proud to help bring you this sports broadcast.
At Flatwater Bank, we're still committed to calling our customers by name. Because of technology, we may not see you as much anymore, but whether you choose to bank with us online or in person, we're still your hometown bank. We still call you by name when we see you, and we're here for you when you need us. If you're currently not our customer, we would love a chance to show you what you've been missing. Visit us today to start banking with a bank that knows you. At Flatwater Bank, we are still pioneering.
Member FDIC.
Pates Farm Service is a proud supporter of Ansley Litchfield Spartan Athletics. Both in sports and athletics, they know how hard the athletes work to give their best effort, and they want to wish them the best of luck as they work this season. Pates Farm Service in Litchfield is your locally owned and operated parts and service provider for all the ag diesel equipment you need. Call Scott today to schedule your tune-up or repair. Proud to sponsor this broadcast, Pates Farm Service.
Welcome back to Loup City. Arcadia Loup City hosting Ansley Litchfield, the second to last regular season games for both of these teams, as I welcome in Jeremy Shipe to our broadcast area. And for us, Jeremy, this will be the final regular season basketball game that we'll have on the airwaves, with district wrestling coming up on Saturday. Kind of some conflicts there, but it's a great opportunity for both of these teams to kind of jockey for some position in their respective sub-districts here as we begin to close out the regular season.
Yeah, you can never have too much position, that's for sure. And, you know, kind of going into postseason play, I know I sound like a broken record. I've mentioned it the last couple of broadcasts, but, you know, the beautiful thing about basketball in the state of Nebraska is if you catch fire right now and start playing your best basketball of this season, you know, it is what you make of it. So these teams going forward can really catch fire here and have a good postseason. But, you know, the postseason sometimes starts with those last 2 games of the regular season. So should be a lot of fun seeing these 2 teams. You know, we talked at the beginning of the season about how teams are kind of getting their feet under them. Now that should have been well established. Now these teams can go out and play some good basketball here towards the end of the season.
And obviously neither one of these teams at the point record-wise where they wanted to be when they started the year. Ansley Litchfield 7-12, Arcadia Loup City 5-15. First, take a look at Ansley Litchfield. Have had a very tough season, and here lately have had to go against some extremely tough competition. In the Fort Kearny Conference, opened things up against SEM, had to face off against them right before the tournament. Were able to upset SEM, but they've gone up against Overton, MNAC champion South, Loup, Pleasanton, who's always very good. Now, to get to this point in the season and just kind of the way that things have worked toward the end, they are a battle-tested team who definitely is not going to bow to any competition.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned those 2 Sumner-Eddyville-Miller games. You know, they played right before the Fort Kearny Conference tournament and were able to get a 4-point win, and then they only lost to them by 5 in the FKC tournament. So those are 2 big games, even though you went 500 in those games against SEM. That's certainly something to build on going forward. And you know what? Anselmo-Myrna is never going to let you go into the postseason in an easy way either. So that would be one heck of a way for them to end out the season. Anselmo-Myrna coming in at 15-5 currently today. So, you know, they've got some good pieces offensively that will keep them in games, but basketball is one of those games you got to hit shots, and if those shots can fall, any team can win on any night.
Arcadia Loup City coming in at 5-15. Much of the same story here in the latter half this season. Had to open up the Loup Platte Conference tournament against St. Paul. So obviously a very tough way to start out your conference tournament. Then they picked up a win against Doniphan-Trumbull. But prior to that, Ord, Ravenna, Ord, of course, Broken Bow facing off against them tonight over on our sister station, KCNI. Ravenna, as I mentioned, South Loup had to go up against them, and Shelton earlier in the year as well. So this team, while obviously maybe not to the point where they would obviously like to be, still have a great opportunity to close out the year on the right way before heading into the C2-9 sub-district with Burwell, North Central, and West Holt.
Well, and earlier on in the season, you know, you look at their 4 wins before they got into conference tournament play. Those 4 wins were against opponents that combined for 9 total wins. But they had a good Loup Platte Conference tournament. You know, you dropped that first game to St. Paul, who's really good at 16-3. But I would say their win of the season was the last time they were out on the court against Doniphan-Trumbull, 52-46 win. Any win you can get in conference is going to be big to build on.
We've got the tip coming up right here on KBBN and our video stream platforms. Sandhills Express back after this.
Was founded in 1905, we have been the community bank that's part of your community. Whether it's Friday night at the football game or volunteering at the local celebration, at Town & Country Bank, building relationships is what matters. That's why we gladly support the towns in which we live and work. This is Heather at Town & Country Bank, and I invite you to stop in today and let us show you how banking should be. Town & Country Bank, relationships you can bank on.
Relationships matter. Town & Country Bank.
Member FDIC.
Join the team at BD. They're proud to offer you competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more, to name a few. A new sign-on bonus is going on right now, too, of $1,000. You'll receive $250 after 30 days, another $250 after 6 months, and after 1 year, $500 more. Apply online today at bd.com/careers or attend open interviews the first or third Wednesday each month in Broken Bow.
It's midnight. Banking time. Really? Well, yeah. I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
You're listening to high school basketball here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source. Thank you for tuning in to 95.3 FM KBBN, online at kbbn.com, and on the free KBBN app. Don't forget you can access tonight's game on Sandals Express on Facebook as well as on YouTube. We'll be back with the starting lineups right after this.
The Grocery Cart is proud to bring you this sports broadcast. The case is always full of delicious food you can have right away, or talk to the staff about your upcoming event and they'll make food for you. There's a wide selection of salads, and don't forget Chester's chicken buckets and strips. If the occasion calls for a cake, you can have it decorated how you'd like. Call the GK Deli at 872-2206 or stop by inside the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
One thing we definitely desire perfection on is our vehicles. You want something that gets you to where you're going comfortably while looking great. Whether storm damage, deer damage, or insurance claim, take your ride to Rod's Body and Paint Broken Bow. They're the collision specialist. You should call 308-872-5346. Offering over 42 years of experience, they'll get you back on the road quickly without sacrificing quality. From dings and dents to full replacement and auto glass repair. Rod's Body and Paint, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Healthy soil is the foundation for profitable, productive, and environmentally sound agricultural systems. You are invited to learn about grazing strategies for optimum benefit to your herd and your soil, along with other related topics at Arrowseed's annual Soil Health Conference, Wednesday, February 23rd from 9 to 3 in Broken Bow. Seating is limited for this free conference, but pre-registration by February 15th is required to secure your spot. To learn more and to register online, visit arrowseed.com or call Arrowseed in Broken Bow by February 15th.
If you are looking for the latest techniques, look no further. Team Physical Therapy has skilled therapists that are able to offer you not only manual therapy, expert exercise programs to treat your neck, back, shoulder, and knee pain, but also dry needling. Call 872-5111. Our highly trained staff are here to get you moving again and enjoy life. Call 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
The changing seasons are generally welcomed with open arms, but not in our homes. With the help of Mead Lumber, you can keep the chilly air where it belongs. Upgrading your home's insulation not only conserves energy and lowers your heating and cooling costs, it makes for better living with improved air quality, health, and warmth. Work with those who have pride in a highly trained team to help with your building and projects. The crew at Mead Lumber. Also, be sure to visit meadlumber.com soon.
When you want the very best, go see Trotter, where you'll always get more for your dollar. We're your little friendly store, and we're right next door. That's what we're here for. Go see Trotter.
Trotter Service is your #1 partner in keeping your operation running smoothly. Whether you need a new battery, brakes, an alignment, or any other repair, they have a specialist that'll get it done right. Can't get away from the farm or ranch? They offer bulk oil and fuel delivery and on-the-farm tire truck service, too. Proud to work with the farmers and ranchers of the area. Trotter's Tire Pros. West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
And welcome back to Loup City as we have our starting lineups for you between Ansley, Litchfield, and Arcadia, Loup City. And as we start our starting lineups, want to thank Joe's Market. Starting lineups brought to you by Joe's Market in Loup City, your local community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices. By shopping Joe's Market each week, you keep your dollars in the local economy, and you embrace what makes them different from larger national competitors. Make Joe's Market your destination in Loup City. And we'll take a look at your starting lineups first for the Rebels. Ella Jackson, a 5-foot senior. Hallie Cashlin, a 5'6" senior. Tatum Kaputska, a 5'8" junior. Jesse Hine, a 5'9" senior. And Nicole Chalesky, a 5'6" freshman. As we have our opening tip, we'll take a look at your Ansley Litchfield Spartan starting lineups in just a second. As Arcadia Loup City wins the tip, they will go from right to left. Catherine Pates, a 5'5" junior. Kaylee Rohde, a 5'9" junior. Carly Bailey, as a shot is up and no good. Rebound goes to Ansley Litchfield. Carly Bailey, a 5'7" senior. Carrie Ryan, a freshman at 6 foot. And Peyton Henry, a 5'5" senior. Ball tipped out of bounds by Arcadia Loup City. It will stay with the Spartans. As we are underway in game number 1 of 2. Girls starting us off here in this one. Driving on the near side, now kicking it out. Looking to attack is Pates. Pates with a left hand puts up the runner. No good. Rebound fought for. Ryan had it initially. Has it taken away. Now kick out. Rhodey now over to Pates. Pates with a jumper. No good. Backside rebound. Ansley Litchfield. Ball tipped away. Controlled by Ryan. Correction, Henry. And it's taken away right out of the air by Hallie Cashlin. Rebels up the floor with Chalesky. Chalesky far side to Jackson. Ella. Ball works its way around near side to Hallie Cashlin. Cashlin now up top. Ball working its way around nicely for the Rebels. Jackson steps into a three. Back iron no good. Rebound brought down by Rhodey.
She's already got 3 rebounds, and we've only gone a minute and 15 into this game.
Near side Pates. Pates with a right-handed drive. Looking to drive underneath. Cut off. Short corner jumper by Henry. Long no good. Rebound fought for. Loose on the ground. It will stay with Ansley Litchfield, last touched by Cashlin.
That's just a good job by Carly Bailey staying with the ball and fighting for it out of bounds. Saved the possession.
Pates to key it in. Ball tipped by Jackson and taken away, but right as she went to get rid of it, drug that pivot foot, and the ball will go back to Ansley Litchfield.
The rare 2 turnovers in a quarter second marked down in the book there.
And we're going to have just the same as Ansley Litchfield turns it over. As a little bit of a cold start here by both squads as start to feel each other out, and Arcadia Loup City with the ball as we'll have a turnover. Driving was Tatum Kaputska. 6:24 to go here in the first quarter. 0-0 score. Arcadia Loup City hosting Ansley Litchfield. Final 2 games for the girls as we'll get ready for postseason play beginning on Monday of next week. Henry near side, now out top is Bailey. Bailey to the 6-foot freshman. Henry can't get it to drop in. Rebound underneath to Rhodey. Rhodey lays it up, no good. Flying in there for the rebound is Ryan. Ryan down on the floor as Arcadia Loup City is able to tie it up. They will retain possession with just under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
In the games I've seen Carrie Ryan play, she carries her 6-foot frame very well for a freshman. Very coordinated, does a good job of going up and securing those rebounds.
On the inbounds pass, Cashlin tips it out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Spartans underneath their own hoop. Ball underneath to Carey. Carey puts it up, no good. Ball will be tipped. Last touched by Kaputska. Ansley Litchfield retains.
It's clear the Spartans want to go inside to Ryan. And, you know, there's not many Rebels out there that have the length that she does, so I like the plan of attack.
Ball goes inside to Rhodey. Rhodey, spin move in the middle of the lane. Goes off of the leg of Kaputska, is playing defense. Controlled by Arcadia Loup City, or Ansley Litchfield, Stepping in just inside the three-point line was Rhodey. Can't get it to drop. Rebound to Bailey. Bailey's jumper is no good, and Kaputska, or Hyen, comes away with the board.
That's tough to come away with no points on that possession. Lots of good looks. Spartans just couldn't get it through the net.
Jackson now Hyen in the corner. Jackson recenters it with Chalesky. Now they'll go far side to Cashlin. Back to Chalesky. Back to Cashlin. Pulls from deep. Front iron. No good. Rebound fought for. And Ryan comes away with it. Now looking to push is Ansley Litchfield. Up the floor is Bailey. Bailey comes to a stop. Cut off. Now over to Rhodey. Rhodey with the jumper in the middle of the lane. No good. Rebound is controlled by Kaputska. And then she will be fouled by Catherine Pates.
Well, right now the only things going in the scoreboard 3 minutes in are rebounds. 10 total rebounds between these two teams, but 0 points.
3 minutes gone here in this first quarter. Jackson with the jumper from the elbow, no good. Rebound loose and brought in by Bailey. Bailey looking to push, near side, left hand, good cut in the middle. Jumper in the middle of the lane, rolls around and still won't go in. Rebound underneath to Rhodey. Rhodey puts up off the backboard, still no good. Rebound to Carrie Ryan. She can't get the jumper to go, and Saran wrap around the rim right now for both squads. We'll have a foul as looking to drive was Cashlin.
And Catherine Pates was upset, but she didn't wait to see that the foul was not in fact on her because she did have all ball up top.
They do whistle that foul against Peyton Henry. Rebels to throw it in. Goes out top to Eva Jackson. Now driving is Kaputska. Kaputska cut off. Now to Chaleski. Chaleski to Loose. At Chaleski, far side. Three-pointer by Landry, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it will go to Ansley Litchfield. 4:10 to go, first quarter. Still looking for our first score of the game. All knotted at 0. Pass goes near side to Henry. Henry entry pass to Bailey. Bailey back out to Henry. Now out top to Rhodey. Rhodey looking to drive. Kick out to Pates. Pates, couple of dribbles. Henry able to control the pass. Ball tipped, still loose on the floor, and it goes into the backcourt. Ansley Litchfield is able to run it down. Good defense though by Chaleski. Now up front to Rhodey. Rhodey with the jumper, no good, and the rebound goes to Eva Jackson. She'll throw it ahead to Kaputska. Tatum cut off, goes inside to Eva. Eva has it tipped away, and Bailey is able to come away with the ball, I should say.
Haven't seen either team try to lay anything up off the glass. Maybe you just need a jumper or a runner in the lane. Utilize that glass.
And finally, we have our first score as the lefty Carly Bailey lays it up and in. 3:10 to go, first quarter. 2-0 lead, Ansley Litchfield. Chaleski outside the three-point line. Now far side to Loose. Loose back to Chaleski. Entry into Kaputska. Kaputska near side with the jumper. High and can't get it to go. And Bailey with the backside rebound. Looking to push. Carly, left hand. Puts up the jumper, and she uses the glass and gives Ansley Litchfield a 4-point lead.
There you go. Carly Bailey being aggressive the last 2 times down, and she's been rewarded with 4 points.
Chaleski with the ball. Sets the offense. Eva Jackson just to the left of center. Now they'll reset the offense with Chaleski. Comes to the near side. Hyen outside the three-point line. Chaleski. Now ball to Kaputska. Chaleski straight away. Fakes the shot. Puts up the jumper from the free throw line. No good. As Carrie Ryan comes away with the rebound. Up the floor is Bailey. Carly picks up her dribble. Now goes to Pates. Three-pointer by Catherine Pates, long, no good, but flying in there and getting the rebound is Bailey. Bailey, left-handed jumper right side. It's up and good.
All right. Have they found the recipe? Carly Bailey's drive has got to be something Arcadia Loup City has got to stop, or she's just going to keep going to it.
Far side, Eva Jackson. 6-point lead, Ansley Litchfield. Pass inside, a nice little wraparound shot by Loose, and she cannot get the jumper to go. Rebound was initially brought in by Ryan. She turns it over, and Hyen lays it up and in. As we'll have a timeout on the floor, Ansley Litchfield takes it, and we'll be back right after this.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Brent Custer at 872-5105.
6-2 lead, Ansley Litchfield. 1:37 to go here in the first quarter as Ansley Litchfield takes a timeout. And Jeremy, do have to note that Ansley Litchfield is clearly down in numbers, whether that is from sickness or other. Only have, I believe, 4 players, maybe even 3 on the bench. So starter's going to get a lot of playing time as a nice drive laid up and in by Rhodey.
Yeah, didn't have a chance to talk to the coaches before the game, but, when you fill a scorebook, but then you only have 9 players available to you, something is getting them down in numbers, but it's not getting them down on the court because they've been doing really well. They're dominating rebounds, and they're up 6 on the scoreboard as well.
1:16 first quarter. Arcadia Loup City with the basketball. Out top and looking to drive is Cashlin, and she'll be fouled, and we'll head to the free throw line. 2 free throws upcoming for Cashlin. First one on the way, and it hits nothing but net. Audrey Ho comes into the game for the first time. Jessie Hyen back in as well. She'll replace Kaputska. Carrie Ryan will take a seat. Second free throw by Cashlin. Hits the front of the iron, but gets the friendly roll as it goes in. Just over 60 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 8-4 lead, Ansley Litchfield. Ball taken away. Turnover goes to Arcadia Loup City. Cashlin has it on the far side. Pass on the far side corner to Fitzgerald as Olivia drags the pivot foot and turns it back over to Ansley Litchfield.
Yeah, had the right idea. The pass back where she just got the ball wasn't there. Went for the drive, but didn't put the ball on the ground.
Ball up the floor. Carly Bailey controls it for Ansley Litchfield. Three-pointer pulled by Rohde. Got it! Kaylee Rohde hits the first three of the game and puts Ansley Litchfield up 11-4.
Well, and that's a good reminder to Arcadia Loup City because you know that was in the scouting report. She has that range, and she just reminded them with that nice-looking shot.
Looking to answers. Cashlin can't get it to fall in. Now ball ahead and looking to push is Bailey. Bailey across the court to Rohde. Rohde shot no good. Rebound, though, on the floor as Bailey was able to get in there and get the board, and she will be fouled. Olivia Fitzgerald picks up the personal. 16.6 on the clock, first quarter. 11-4 lead, Ansley Litchfield. Trying to key it in is Bailey, looking for some help. Gets it to Pates, back to Bailey in the near side corner, looking underneath the Hogue. Now will drive to left hand, puts up the runner, can't get it to drop in. Rebound goes to Arcadia Loup City to Tuma. 6 seconds, 5. Ball tipped away, loose on the floor, still loose. Now controlled by Bailey. Bailey pulls from half, just a bit short, and no good as we bring an end to this first quarter. Ansley Litchfield leading Arcadia Loup City 11-4 here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Hi, I'm Owen, here to wish you a Happy New Year. Oh, and to tell you about how Custer Federal State Bank can be there for you in the new year. New year, new home on your mind? Whether you have your eye on something already standing or you want to build, ask Custer Federal any questions you might have about how mortgages or construction loans. Trust me, a conversation with them is far easier than a Google search. Happy New Year from Custer Federal State Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We've all come across landscaping pieces that have caught our eye and made us say, oh, wow, that's beautiful. But when we go to create our own landscaping dreams, it can be overwhelming. Worry no more. Call the professionals at A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping. Don't stress about wondering where to start. A to Z can help make all those dream ideas you have a reality. They're excited to do the dirty work on your lawn space so you don't have to. Professional edging, sod, retaining walls, rock beds, and more. Call A to Z at 872-5182.
11-4 lead, Ansley Litchfield as we begin the second quarter. Arcadia Loup City will start with the basketball. Far side corner, Eva Jackson. Jackson looking inside to Shaleski. Ball tipped away and taken out of there by Catherine Pates. Turnover gives it back to Ansley Litchfield. They'll push with Pates straight away. Now over to Bailey. Bailey inside to Ryan. Ryan lays it up, and it just will not fall for Gary Ryan. A great position. The ball rolled around the rim and jumped off. She's able to tie up the rebound to keep the ball with Ansley Litchfield. Pates to throw it in. Gets it to Henry. Henry looking inside. Ryan puts up the jumper, and it jumps off. Rebound goes to Hyen. Shaleski brings it across half. Far side, Kaputska. Back to Shaleski. Hyen, near side. Shaleski now to Kaputska. Kaputska looks to drive. Kick out to Cashlin. Cashlin, short corner. Puts it in and will eventually throw it away. Does Kaputska on the pass. And Ansley Litchfield has the ball. Trap coming in the corner, and the steal by Jackson. Eva to Kaputska. Now up and putting up the shot was Cashlin, and she'll get rocked. Foul there by, I believe, Carly Bailey. That will put Cashlin at the line for 2 more free throws.
14 fouls on Ansley Litchfield, just 1 team foul at this moment, 1 minute into the second quarter for Arcadia Loup City. And that's not a result of non-aggressive basketball. I've been impressed with the offense. Both teams getting up good shots. Just the lid on the bucket really stunted us at the beginning of the game.
First free throw was no good, but able to hit the second is Cashlin. Cuts the deficit to 6, 11-5 in favor of Ansley Litchfield. Spartans have it in the front court. Brody with it. Puts up the jumper. No good. Hine with the rebound. Ball tipped away by Ryan, and it goes off of Hine and out of bounds. Ansley Litchfield will get the ball back on the turnover. Bailey to throw it in. Gets it to Pates at the top. Pates into Ryan. Ryan at the elbow. Looking. Ball tipped away and taken away. And a foul will be called against Ansley Litchfield as Ryan just had it poked away, and ball goes to Arcadia Loup City.
That's going to be the first player to pick up 2 fouls, Peyton Henry. Something I'm really impressed with is Carrie Ryan. She gets that ball at the high post and she squares up. If she starts getting those passes through, she's looking to make the right play. She just can't play off the defense with her eyes, but if she develops that into her game, she's going to be a very dangerous offensive player for the Spartans.
Eva Jackson puts up the shot on the far side. It will stay with the Rebels as the ball was tipped around and eventually went out of bounds. 6:16 to go, second quarter. Gillespie outside the three-point line, just to the right of the middle of the floor. Now steps inside the three-point line, puts up the jumper, and she hits it home. 11-7 lead, Ansley Litchfield. And a foul by Eva Jackson on the defensive side as Pates looked to drive around her. Pates will throw it in for Ansley Litchfield. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Ball tipped away and taken away by Cashlin. Cashlin, right hand from the left side. It's up and good. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. Arcadia Loup City to within 2. Ball nearly taken away. Somehow able to control it is Bailey. Bailey puts up the jumper far side. Short, no good. Rebound. And it will be a jump ball as Hyen and Rhodey tied it up.
Well, here come the Rebels with a little bit of life. What better to spark some life into you than a quick turnover and layup.
Chaleski up the floor for Arcadia Loup City. Cashlin back to Chaleski, far side corner, back to, and Cashlin pulling from 3. A little bit short, but coming away with the rebound is Kaputska. Kaputska, it will be fouled as Pates trips her up as she was looking to cross the top of the floor. Coach Shields not agreeing, but unfortunately, she did not trip over her own feet that time if you're Ansley Litchfield. Ball will be turned over, however, Ansley Litchfield with it. Looking to drive is Pates. Pates with a nice little move, lays it up, scoop shot no good. Ryan with the rebound, couldn't get it to go. Henry gets the board. Three-pointer pulled, Rhodey, back iron no good, and Bailey comes away with the rebound, and then she'll be fouled. Ball stays with Ansley Litchfield as they've been dominant on the offensive boards, Jeremy.
Yeah, and that's tough when you're trying to fight back into a game. I know it's only a 2-point lead, but when you're trying to gain a lead of your own and just get comfortable in the game, when you're having to play on one end of the court and play defense, it wears you down.
Next foul, by the way, by Ansley Litchfield will put Arcadia Loup City at the free throw line as they have 6. Ball loose on the floor, still loose on the floor, bodies all over the place, and somehow Henry comes away with it. Now the jumper from the elbow, no good by Bailey. Rebound goes off of Henry and out of bounds. It'll go to Arcadia Loup City. Cashlin will come out. Landry Luce comes in for her. .453 here in the first half. 11-9 lead, Ansley Litchfield. Arcadia Loup City trying to tie things up here or take the lead. Chaleski drives the right hand. Kick out to Luce. Now near side. Driving is Ferentz. Ferentz will be fouled, and that will put her at the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
And that's going to be the third one on Catherine Pates, and she's one of the main ball handlers for Ansley Litchfield, and that's tough, especially when you're down numbers. You know, you want to be out there on the court, and they have no choice but to sit her and try to help her not pick up her fourth. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see her until the second half.
Audrey Hogue will come in for her. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good, as Ferentz was in a hurry to get back on defense. Now we'll have to trot back to the free throw line.
That's how you see a defensive-minded player right there. They don't even want to shoot their second free throw.
Second one on the way. This one a little cleaner, goes right through the bottom of the net. Timeout, Arcadia Loup City. We're all knotted up at 11 here on KBBN.
Septic emergencies are right up there on the list of worst emergencies to have.
Absolutely.
The next time you're facing one, give Squire's Septic Service a call. 870-0717. He's ready to take your call 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
His sewer camera can find problems fast to save you money. Plus, he can clear drains with Roto-Rooter or Jetter. Oh, and Gary has Porta units, too. Squire's Septic Service of Myrna. 870-0717. Don't wait to call until it's too late.
Absolutely not.
Well, with those two free throws by Ferentz, we're all knotted up at 11 apiece with just over 4.5 to go here in the first half. We'll see some pressure here by Arcadia Loup City. Not a huge surprise. Maybe try to wear Ansley Litchfield out a little bit with that shallow bench. We'll see what they're able to do. Henry just inside the three-point line puts up the jumper. No good. Long rebound goes to Kaputska. Kaputska looking to push up the floor, far side. Cut off, so she'll stop. Now Chaleski straight away, drives the right hand, kick out to Luce. Luce pulls from deep, three on the way, and out, no good. Rebound goes to Carey. Carey Ryan with the board. She'll throw it over to Bailey, who will bring up the floor. Now Rhodey, she'll pull from deep, off the backboard, no good. Luce with the rebound. Rebound will turn it over, and it'll go back to Ansley Litchfield.
A couple of different players for Ansley Litchfield have the Dennis Rodman stat line going. Carey Ryan with 6 rebounds and no points, and 4 rebounds and no points for Peyton Henry. But it all helps the team. And Dennis Rodman was a good basketball player.
Yes, he was. Ball nearly taken away by Chaleski. Henry able to control it. Now Ryan has it, and then able to take it away is Arcadia Loup City. They'll go the other direction, but turn it over. Now back we go to the right. And we'll have a foul as Bailey was looking to drive. I think Kaputska just a little bit too aggressive there. Will pick up the foul.
Well, the nice thing about Arcadia Loup City, you know, Coach Bott came out and showed that press because he knew his team had fouls to give. He's got a deep bench. And if they can force some turnovers against the Spartans, who are short-handed tonight, that would definitely help them in staying in the game.
Ansley Litchfield able to get it in. Chaleski went to the bench for substitutions, kind of shaking an already bandaged hand a little bit. So we'll see how she's able to respond here, as a great shot there from Carly Bailey from the near side corner.
Sometimes you just kind of choose to rise up and then figure it out when you get up there. Nice looking shot in the lane.
Ferentz on the far side, now into the corner to Tuma. Ferentz pulls from 3 and nothing but nylon as Arcadia Loup City takes their first lead, 14-13. Press being shown here by Arcadia Loup City. Ball loose on the floor. Now controlling it is Ansley Litchfield's Bailey. Bailey, nice pass underneath to Hogue. Hogue lays it up short, no good. Ball battered around, loose on the floor, and Hogue finally able to possess it. Puts up the shot. She'll be fouled and will head to the free throw line.
That's why coaches always yell, go up, go up, go up. When you pull that ball down there amongst traffic, if you go up with the ball, your chances of catching an arm and drawing a foul are high. That was a great job by Audrey there.
Hogue's first free throw rattles around and jumps back out. You don't always see that, but the senior Hogue knew right away that not to bring that ball down, and second free throw no good either, but still a great opportunity there by Ansley Litchfield. Cashlin flies up the floor. Entry pass goes inside to Hyatt. Now kick out to Cashlin. Cashlin looks to drive, has it poked away. Takeaway by Ansley Litchfield. 2:43 to go, first half. Bailey cross court, able to find Rhodey. Rhodey's shot is no good. We'll have a foul as I think Hyan was the one with the rebound.
And Carey Ryan just got caught in the back, so now Ansley Litchfield in a bit of a pickle here. We've got one player sitting the bench, probably won't see her until the second half with 3 fouls. And then Carey Ryan and Peyton Henry, 2 post players for the Spartans, each with 2 fouls each. So the Spartans got to be very, very careful, especially with this pressure that the Rebels are putting on them. And things could get dicey here.
Hyan at the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Front end is good. 15-13, Arcadia Loup City with the lead over Ansley Litchfield. Second free throw follows the first and is good. Still pressure being shown as Cashlin went right through the body of Peyton Henry, and That was about a good of a football play as you probably could have had. Unfortunately, we're playing basketball today.
Well, it's one of those things, when you see a cornerback decide to jump around, you got to go all or nothing. And sometimes the player you're looking to pick off gets in the way, and that's just part of it, just playing good, hard defense.
16 foul, by the way, against Arcadia Loup City. So the next one will put, speaking of which, we'll put Ansley Litchfield at the free throw line as Ella Jackson commits the personal. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Peyton Henry as a senior heads to the free throw line. First of the 1-and-1, no good. Rebound goes to Cashlin. 2:20 to go, first half. Ball thrown ahead to Ferentz. Libby Ferentz to Cashlin. Cashlin back to Ferentz. Ferentz outside the three-point line. Now just hands it off to Tuma. Back to Ferentz. Entry pass inside to Hyen. Ball works its way around. Tuma control it. Put up the jumper from the short corner. No good. Kerry Ryan with the rebound. Looking for some help. Finally able to get it outside to Bailey, and Bailey will bring it up the floor. Carly goes to the far side with the left hand. Off to Henry. Henry drives. Now to Rhodey. Rhodey to Bailey. Bailey has it tipped away. Cashlin takes it away. Looking to drive. Puts up the jumper. No good on the layup. Rebound to Hogue. Over to Bailey. Bailey looking to push. Bailey loses it out of her hands, but then Ferentz, who stole it, kind of jumped up into her gut a little bit, and she turns it over. 95 seconds to go here in the first half. 16-13, Arcadia Loup City with the lead. Henry to throw it in. It goes off the hands of Cashin, who's in the right place at the right time. She's able to get the deflection. She will be blocked, sent out of there by Bailey. They'll throw it ahead to Kerry Ryan. Ryan all alone puts up the jumper, too strong with the layup. Ball loose on the floor, controlled by Kaputska, tipped away. And Hogue has it now. Kerry Ryan, a little bit of helter-skelter. Ansley Litchfield controls it on the offensive side. Henry has on the near side. 1:09 to go here in the first half. Henry has it taken away by Eva Jackson.
Holy smokes. I think about everything in the book of basketball happened there in the last 20 seconds.
Under a minute to go here. 16-13, Arcadia Loup City with the basketball. Hyen, now Cashlin, she'll pull from deep. Back iron, hard, no good. Rebound is brought down by Bailey. It will be tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Ansley Litchfield.
Well, I would say that Haley Cashlin, she's definitely not lacking in the muscle required to get that ball up there. She's really getting it up there, and she's standing, 3.5 feet behind the three-point line.
44 seconds to go. Second quarter. Arcadia Loup City, Ansley Litchfield here on KBBN, as well as Sandals Express on Facebook and YouTube. You can also watch it on Twitter if you like. It's a much lower quality feed. Henry looking to drive near side, just has it tipped out of there by Ferentz. And then nearly taken away by Hogue, but able to control it is Kaputska. She looks to push on the far side, wants to go coast to coast, and wanted to do the wraparound to Hyen, but good defense, though, by Kerry Ryan stepping in front of that.
That's so hard when you're going full speed like that. You got to make the pass right away or jump stop. There's no in between, and that's how a lot of travels happen in high school basketball.
16-13, 22 seconds. Bailey gets it ahead to Henry. Henry will be fouled by Ferentz, and Henry will be at the line for a 1-and-1. Four County Heating and Air owners Brian Hogg and Austin Cox serve the area with a combined 20 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They provide free estimates and 24-hour service. They'll be there for you when the cold weather hits, and there to help you prepare for the warm weather. Call Four County Heating and Air in Broken Bow, 872-2258. First free throw is good by Peyton Henry. 2-point lead for the Rebels. 18.6 remaining here in the first half. Second one is good. 16-15 lead. Arcadia Loup City with a chance to close out the half with a bucket. Chaleski back into the game, now to Ferentz. Far side corner to Hyen. Hyen, entry pass goes inside, and the shot put up, but no good by Kaputska. Coming away with it is Hogue. 3 seconds left, pulled from half court, and it'll be just a bit short and out of bounds on the shot by Kaylee Rohde. As we bring an end to the first half, Arcadia Loup City able to mount a comeback as they lead it 16-15 here at halftime. Back after this.
Agland ATV would like to acknowledge all the local athletes and coaches from our area. We are proud of the athletes for the sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication that they put into each season. Agland ATV knows all about working hard and playing hard, just like a Polaris. Best of luck to all the local teams from Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Polaris adult models are for riders age 16 and older. Always wear a helmet and be sure to take a training course. Polaris machines are not intended for on-road use.
As you head out the door to support your favorite team and athlete, don't forget to take Bruning Bank with you. With our free mobile banking app, you can handle your daily banking needs from anywhere, even the bleachers. Check your balance, monitor transactions, deposit checks, and send and receive funds to family and friends with Zelle. Learn more at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank is a proud sponsor of area athletics and wishes all students a safe and successful season. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
When you need a one-stop shop for everything plumbing, look to Duda Plumbing. Your property, whether new, commercial, or remodeled, can be helped in the plumbing department by calling Scott at 872-3402. Ask him about getting on the septic pumping schedule for every 2 years, and forget about needing to remember. He can do sewer camera inspections, too. For over 20 years, proud to support the area student athletes, Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
Some say when times are good, everybody wants to be your friend. But when times are tough, well, you're often on your own. Not us. At First Nebraska Bank, we say we've got your back no matter what the price of corner calves. That's because we're a lending partner dedicated to long-term vision and taking care of you so you can take care of what you do best. And we're ready to help you plan for the future. Now, let's go grow something.
Now with 12 locations. Find one closest to you at firstnebraska.bank.
Are you wanting to remodel your kitchen or bathroom but you don't know where to start? Come see me, Abby Mahler, the kitchen and bathroom designer at Moshka's Building Center in Arcadia. It's my job to design your kitchen layout and help you coordinate your cabinets, countertops, backsplash, flooring, and hardware. I have design software that lets you see a 3D image of your layout so you can visually picture what your new kitchen will look like. Please call us at 789-6252 and ask for Abby to set up your free consultation today.
Welcome back to Loup City, and for those of you listening on the radio, I feel bad because you are unable to witness the most cutest cheerleading squad. They're like, what, probably 5, maybe 4 or 5 years
4 or
old.
5, yeah.
Just dancing out here, having a ball, and the fans in attendance on both sides having a great time, chuckling and laughing as the kiddos entertain us here at halftime. Arcadia Loup City leading 16-15 as the halftime clock has not started, so not sure how much time is actually left here in halftime, but what we can pass along to you is some of the stats from the first half, and Jeremy Shipe has those.
All right, we'll start with the visiting Ansley Litchfield Spartans. They were led in scoring by Carly Bailey. She had 8 points. 5 points for Kaylee Rohde and 2 points for Peyton Henry. Only 3 scorers in the book for Ansley Litchfield in the first half. Carly Bailey, she did not lead the rebounding. Carrie Ryan led the rebounding category with 7. Carly Bailey, 6 rebounds, and Kaylee Rohde, 5 rebounds. And then a couple of other players with 4 rebounds apiece, Peyton Henry and Audrey Hogue. For Arcadia Loup City, had a much more successful second quarter, scoring 8 more points in the second quarter than they did in the first. They had a couple of 5-point scorers, including Haley Cashlin and Libby Ferentz. 4 points on the first half for Jessie Hyan and 2 points for Nicole Chileski. They were led in rebounding by Tatum Kaputska, who pulled down 3. Arcadia Loup City, very good first half from the free throw line, 7 of 8 from the charity stripe, but they were out-rebounded by 8, 19-11 the rebounding category going to Ansley Litchfield. As far as turnovers, pretty even. Ansley Litchfield with 12, Arcadia Loup City with 9. I'd say probably 75% of those happen back-to-back in those helter-skelter moments. So at the half, Arcadia Loup City leads it by 1, 16-15. Ansley Litchfield's leading scorer, Carly Bailey, with 8. For Arcadia Loup City, Libby Ferentz and Haley Cashlin with 5 apiece.
Want to thank Scott Harvey, your local Thrivent financial representative, named one of the world's most ethical companies for the 10th year in a row. They believe in serving their clients with excellence and integrity. Thrivent helps clients achieve financial clarity so they can live lives with meaning and gratitude. Call 308-872-2511 to learn how Scott can help you reach your goals. At halftime, Arcadia Loup City leading Ansley Litchfield 16-15. Back with more after these words.
Kushock Hardware and Variety in Loup City is open for you from 8 until 6 Monday to Saturday and Sunday from 9 until 1. When it comes to your lawn and garden for any season, shop Kushock Hardware and Variety. They invite you to do your gift shopping with them too. In the basement, Platte River Outdoors holds a full-service archery and outdoor supply shop with all the brands you know and love. Happy to help bring you this broadcast of the Arcadia Loup City Rebels, Kushock Hardware and Variety in Loup City.
Citizens Bank and Trust provides superior financial service with honesty, professionalism, and confidentiality while promoting economic growth and stability in the communities they serve. With convenient locations in St. Paul, Loup City, and Central City, all locations are experienced in real estate, agriculture, commercial and consumer lending, offering savings, deposit, checking accounts, debit cards, and online and mobile banking. Citizens Bank and Trust Company. Your community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Need auto parts? Don't search high, low, and in between. Talk to Loup City Auto Parts on Main Street in Loup City. Open Monday to Friday 8 to 5 and from 8 to noon on Saturday. They stock replacements, accessories, supplies, and equipment so you can get about any make of automobile back on the road. They even have light and heavy-duty truck parts, off-road equipment, buses, and ag equipment too. Saying Go Rebels by sponsoring this broadcast. Loup City Auto Parts.
No matter what hunting season is around the corner, you should be headed to Johnson Hunt and Fish in Loup City to prepare. Great customer service, a knowledgeable staff, and competitive pricing mean you're on your way to a great outdoor experience. From hunting gear and fishing gear to licenses and park permits. Go see Johnson Hunt and Fish in Loup City, 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on South Highway 58. They're proud to help bring you this broadcast.
Corey and Roxy with Marcus Trucking of Loup City are proud supporters of the Arcadia Loup City Rebels. If you need cattle hauled, it's simple. Just give Marcus Trucking of Loup City a call, 402-389-0730. They have the equipment, know-how, and customer service you desire. That's Marcus Trucking of Loup City. Happy to help bring you this broadcast featuring the Arcadia Loup City Rebels.
Insurance of the Heartland in Ansley is a proud radio sponsor of area high school sports. The skills that students learn in athletics go beyond the playing field. These student athletes learn teamwork, work ethic, and competitiveness, just to name a few. The sports that they participate in also are a way to bring communities together. The team at Insurance of the Heartland in Ansley is happy to help bring you this broadcast to cheer on your team.
Halftime continuing here in Loup City as the Rebels lead 16-15. The postseason play begins next week for both of these squads as Arcadia Loup City will be in the C29 sub-district. They'll be going in the same sub-district with Burwell, who's currently 9-11, North Central, the likely number 1 seed out of that sub at 16-5, having a great season, and West Holt at 7-13. So they'll have just the semifinals and the finals of that sub-district side. We will be in Myrna as Ensemble Myrna, and as we understand, the 1 seed should host the sub-district, and obviously they would be that number 1 seed, being at 15-5 at the moment. Now, Ansley Litchfield also included in that sub-district at 7-12. Elba 6-14, Heartland Lutheran 6-12, and Palmer at 3-12. And when you kind of hear those records thinking, oh boy, Ansley Litchfield really needed to close things out to continue to have that second seeded position. If you look at the points, they're actually leading by quite a bit because of their difficult schedule. But for all of you Spartan fans out there, next week on Tuesday, we will have the Lady Spartans as well as that entire sub-district on our airwaves and our video stream.
Yep, and we're going to kind of feel things out as we go into the postseason. And obviously, if you know the way that we roll at KCNI KBBN Radio, we're just going to cover your sub-district going forward in whatever way that we can, depending on how our other area teams and stuff like that are doing. We're not big on the ditching and leaving people behind or leaving them in the dust, so we've got you covered next week. It's an exciting time of year. The postseason in any high school sport is super exciting. We're really excited for wrestling and basketball to be coming to a close because postseason play is a lot of fun.
We'll have districts on Saturday as the B1 will be our location on KBBN on Saturday. And then, of course, next week, it's all about state wrestling. Once you get into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we'll have Class A or Class B, C, and D coverage. We'll be obviously watching all of our area athletes who are competing at state wrestling in Omaha. And I've never had the opportunity to go to state wrestling, but I think that's probably got to be one of the pinnacle of really all sports here in Nebraska. You hear people from, that had no wrestlers in high school, any other kids or wrestlers or even grandkids say wrestling is something, it stands alone as its own great event.
Well, there's so much to watch. There's so many mats out there. There's, little pods of different supporters for different schools. You've got to watch the brackets. You've got to watch everything that's going on at once. And it's just a great spectacle. You see the great matchups, and you can tell when everyone's getting ready for one specific matchup because they start gathering around one specific side of the arena. It's a lot of fun, and I know the guys are getting really excited about going down there and covering state wrestling for you folks. To my knowledge, there is nobody that does it the way that we do. All of our area wrestlers are going to have play-by-play of their matches put on the radio start to finish, no matter what round, whether it's the opening round or the last round. Their play-by-play is going to go on the radio. We've got 3 guys that hook up headsets and do play-by-play of those from Omaha for you every single day of wrestling. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we've got great sponsors that make it possible for you folks. And these guys, if you think, man, I'd much rather watch video of wrestling, the way these guys describe things, they make it listen really well, even for those of us that don't know a lot about wrestling.
We'll take one final break. When we come back, second half action, Arcadia Loup City 16, Ansley Litchfield 15.
Muddy Creek Ag supports the Ansley Litchfield Spartans. Pete, Ryan, Trey, and Brandy are your suppliers of all feed and seed products, Traeger grills, and seasonings as well. They also have new and used seed tenders and are proud to be channel seedmen. Good luck, Spartans, from Muddy Creek Ag. Call them at 308-935-1155. The same people with the same great products on Highway 2 in Ansley, America.
Baco Transfer Incorporated of Litchfield buys, sells, hauls, and grinds hay and other forage crops year-round. Specializing in handling and processing, their fleet of specialty equipment with experienced operators work with many operations across central Nebraska. They also operate a full-service automotive repair shop for trucks and passenger vehicles in Litchfield. Driven to exceed your customer service expectations, Baco Transfer, proud to help bring you this sports broadcast.
Ansley Litchfield will start with the ball going from right to left here as we begin this second half. Pates controls it after the inbounds pass. Now up to Henry. Henry puts up the left-handed jumper. Short, no good. Rebound will go to Eva Jackson. However, it's tied up by Carrie Ryan, and the ball will go to Arcadia Loup City. 1 point lead, Rebels. Free throws at the end of the half helped close that gap just ever so slightly for Ansley Litchfield. first lead that Arcadia Loup City has had in this game. Now trying to hold on to it. Pass goes inside to Kaputska. Now looking to drive his Cashlin on the near side. Cut off. Lost the ball initially. Now High outside the three-point line. As stepping in there and taking it away is Pates. Pates going to feel some pressure from Chalesky. Lays up the left hand. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Henry. And the Rebels have it.
Well, and that's the energy that they missed from Catherine Pates there at the end of the first half. Sitting on the bench with those 3 fouls. She gets in those passing lanes up at the top of the defense and provides a spark.
Again, a shallow bench here for Ansley Litchfield. Only 3 subs currently on the bench as Eva Jackson pulls from the short corner on the near side, and it's good. Lead extends to 3 as the ball is taken away on a bad pass. Eva Jackson lays it up, and it's good. Jackson with 4 straight points. Bailey. Middle of the floor to Ryan. Ryan steps into it, throws it ahead to Henry. Henry, one dribble, puts it up, just short, no good. Chalesky with the board, looking to go the other direction. Right ahead to Cashlin, lays it up. Cashlin able to control it. High end just runs into a shot, no good. Rebound goes to Bailey. Carly dribbles it out. 6.5 to go. Third quarter, near side. Rhodey works her way back and then throws it over to Pates. Pates pulls from deep, and it rattles home. Catherine Pates closes the gap to 2. 20-18, Arcadia Loup City. High in far side. Now Chalesky, near side Cashlin. Zone defense, 1-3-1 by Ansley Litchfield. Cashlin wanted to look inside. Couldn't find anyone. Henry comes out, attacks. Now Jackson. Jackson lays it up, had it partially tipped. Rebound is brought out of there, and heading the other direction is Pates. Pates picks up her dribble across half. Now over near side to Bailey. Bailey to Rhodey. Rhodey from deep, no good. Good box out by Kaputska, but able to just kind of swirl her way around was Rhodey, and she'll tie it up and give the ball back to the Spartans.
But Kaylee Rhodey's a shooter, isn't she? She was kind of just moving left to right and pulled up for that shot without even really getting her feet set. And it was a beautiful looking shot, just a little bit off.
Speaking of which, Rhodey has it, looking to drive. Now kicks to Henry. Henry from the far side elbow, back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Pates, but Pates is fouled as soon as she caught it, so it will stay on the floor. Tatum Kaputska picks up the personal.
Her second.
Looking to throw it in is Pates. She'll get it back, and the ball is tipped away by Jackson. It was kind of caught in the corner, unsure what to do. Now Pates is able to control it, puts up the runner, no good. Ryan with the rebound, off the glass and good. And we're all knotted up again at 20 apiece.
She's got 2 points to go with her 8 rebounds.
High end cut off, back out to Chalesky. Near side to Jackson. Ella, now far side High end, just inside the 3-point line. Ball rolls around, no good. Rebound goes to Rhodey. Rhodey in the backcourt. Recenters it as the pressure flows by. Now off to Pates. Rhodey controls it, left-handed dribble. Cut off the elbow, puts up the jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Eva Jackson. Chalesky will bring it up the floor for the Rebels. 4.5 to go, third quarter. More basketball coming up when this one finishes, as we'll have the boys' side as Chalesky steps into a long 2. Back iron, no good. Fought for, and it will be a jump ball. Kaputska and Carly Bailey tie it up. Mallory Tuma comes in for Kaputska. Chalesky to throw it in. Looking. Far side to Eva. Long 2 on the way. Got it. Rattles home for Eva Jackson.
She's having one heck of a quarter. 6 points, all of them in this period.
Pates up the floor. Methodical. Gets all the way to the block. Kick out. Now the jumper from the middle of the lane is good by Kaylee Rhodey.
Well, you can't give her that much room no matter where it is on the floor. Good patience by Kaylee finding the spot she wanted.
Halfway through this third quarter. High near side, 22-22. Chalesky back to High. Now Jackson. Eva on the near side is going to be fouled by Rhodey, and Just an ill-advised foul there by Kaylee as she reached in.
Just her first. She can afford to play that really aggressive defense individually. And, you know, we kind of have the slow start on fouls of this quarter like we did the beginning of the game.
Hyan's shot is blocked by Pates. Pates wanted to push initially, but the defense able to catch up. Now Rhodey. Rhodey with the right hand. Puts up the jumper off balance. No good. And there to clean it up is Carrie Ryan, the 6-foot freshman, puts it home.
Well, there you go. Don't worry about what all of the shorter players around you are doing. Just come in with your arms high, keep it high, and put it right back up and in. She's having a great game.
Ansley Litchfield gets the lead back, 24-22. Ella Jackson pulls from deep, can't get it to go. Rebound, Ansley Litchfield. Ball up to Henry. Henry inside the three-point line, puts up the jumper, and it's good. Didn't even look like she was going to shoot initially, and is able to splash it in. 26-22. As Arcadia Loup City takes a timeout, we will as well.
At Flatwater Bank, we're still committed to calling our customers by name. Because of technology, we may not see you as much anymore, but whether you choose to bank with us online or in person, we're still your hometown bank. We still call you by name when we see you, and we're here for you when you need us. If you're currently not our customer, we would love a chance to show you what you've been missing. Visit us today to start banking with a bank that knows you. At Flatwater Bank, we are still pioneering.
Member FDIC.
Pates Farm Service is a proud supporter of Ansley Litchfield Spartan Athletics. Both in sports and athletics, they know how hard the athletes work to give their best effort, and they want to wish them the best of luck as they work this season. Pates Farm Service in Litchfield is your locally owned and operated parts and service provider for all the ag diesel equipment you need. Call Scott today to schedule your tune-up or repair. Proud to sponsor this broadcast, Pates Farm Service.
Ansley Litchfield able to storm back and take the lead 26-22 and still being able to dominate on the rebounds, Jeremy.
Yeah, they are. You know, they had a 19-11 lead rebounding-wise in that quarter. They were able to double 6-3 in rebounds.
Arcadia Loup City with the basketball. 2:47 to go here in the third quarter. High-in as Arcadia Loup City faces the zone defense here by Ansley Litchfield. Cashlin tries to go across the court. Somehow able to control it is Loose. Loose's shot, though, is short. High-in jumps in there for the rebound as Kaylee Rhodey will tie her up. The jump ball does favor Ansley Litchfield.
Well, and in the middle of that zone, they've got the 6-foot frame of Carrie Ryan. That makes it hard to do any cross-court passes.
Speaking of Ryan, she gets the pass. Thrown ahead to Rhodey. Rhodey with the left-handed jumper. No good. She's fouled by Tuma and will head to the free throw line. 26-22, 2.5 to go here in the third quarter.
Tuma joins a whole host of Arcadia Loup City players with one foul each. The only player even remotely in foul trouble is Tatum Kaputska. She's got 3. Other than that, there are 6 Rebels with a single foul.
Second free throw up. Second free throw is good. First one was short and rattled off. Flying up the floor is Ferentz. She'll be cut off. 1-3-1 here by Ansley Litchfield. Two-pointer pulled on the far side by Luce, no good. Pates has it, looking to push. Ahead to Rhodey. Rhodey cut off by Kaputska. Kick out to Pates. 3 on the way, no good. Flying in there's Bailey, and then saved on the far side by Rhodey. Ansley Litchfield controls. Rhodey puts it up off the backboard, and it's good. Rhodey was knocked to the ground, unsure if it was by a defensive player or her own player. She jumps back up as it's a 7-point lead for Ansley Litchfield. Far side corner is loose. Now back to Cashling. Now Tuma. Tuma pulls from the free throw line high off the glass, and it's good.
Well, you got to start your attack offensively by squaring up to the basket. She squared up, and no defense was there.
Pace looks to drive, swims by the defense, no good. Rebound to Rhodey, she lays it up, fouled, no good. And she'll earn a trip to the free throw line. 29-24, 1:21 to go here in the third. It's been an even contest throughout this game. As the first free throw is good, Hogue will come in for Ryan.
Speaking of even, another player for Arcadia Loup City has picked up their first foul. We've got 7 players with 1 foul and 1 player with 3 fouls for Arcadia Loup City. They play deep on the bench.
Eva Jackson, Olivia Fitzgerald, and Nicole Chaleski all come in. Second free throw, no good. Rebound brought out of there by Fitzgerald. Chaleski will bring it up the floor for the Rebels. Near side, Fitzgerald, short corner, puts up the jumper. Back iron, no good. Pates with the board. 60 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bailey driving, kick out. Three-pointer, Kaylee Rohde, front iron, no good. Chaleski with the rebound. Facing some pressure right away. Now they'll back off as Chaleski will look to push. Chaleski over far side to Cashlin. 47 on the clock. Cashlin, right-handed drive, lays it up. Off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Eva Jackson. She'll lay it up, and it falls in.
Big quarter for Eva. She's been quiet lately. You remember that six-point spurt she had at the beginning. Add 2 more. She's got 8 in the quarter.
30 seconds to go as Fitzgerald is going to pick up the fouls. She was hounding Carly Bailey.
A little bit of a hand check there. Can't fault that. Carly, her baseline drive is strong. You got to find a way to stay in front.
Pates to throw it in. 28 ticks left on the clock. Bailey able to receive the pass. Henry goes back to Bailey. Bailey, short corner, near side. Lefty puts it up, no good. Chaleski with the rebound. 20 seconds left to go. Third quarter. Chaleski, screeching stop, gets it to Eva Jackson. Kick out. Looking for a Ferentz. Now ball works its way around. Far side to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, a couple of dribbles, had it tipped away. Chaleski controls it. Cashlin pulls from deep. Got it! Cashlin cashed it in with 1 second to go. Full court heave is no good. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game again. Arcadia Loup City closes the gap with a three-pointer by Cashlin. 30-29 lead. Ansley Litchfield back after this.
Since our bank was founded in 1905, we have been the community bank that's part of your community. Whether it's Friday night at the football game or volunteering at the local celebration, at Town and Country Bank, building relationships is what matters. That's why we gladly support the towns in which we live and work. This is Heather at Town and Country Bank, and I invite you to stop in today and let us show you how banking should be. Town and Country Bank, relationships you can bank on.
Relationships matter. Town and Country Bank.
Member FDIC.
Join the team at BD. They're proud to offer you competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more, to name a few. A new sign-on bonus is going on right now, too, of $1,000. You'll receive $250 after 30 days, another $250 after 6 months, and after 1 year, $500 more dollars. Apply online today at bd.com/careers or attend open interviews the first or third Wednesday each month in Broken Bow.
It's a 1-point lead for Ansley Litchfield as we start the fourth quarter, 30-29. Near side, Eva Jackson. Great third quarter for Eva. Now they'll go back to Cashlin, who canned the three to end the quarter. She'll look to drive, but she is partially blocked and fouled. She'll head to the free throw line for 2. And that will be on Carly Bailey.
Well, that was a big shot at the end of the third quarter for Cashlin because, they only ended up getting outscored by 2 points in that quarter. And, if it's without that three, they're down, obviously, 3 more points here. Just really makes things a lot tighter. It gives you a little bit of energy and a little bit of a boost going into the fourth.
First free throw was no good by Cashlin. She can tie it up with this one. It is on the way, and we are knotted at 30 apiece. Bailey up the floor. Now to Pates. Pates, right-handed drive, cut off. Henry has it, far side. Now she'll drive, puts up the shot, too strong. Rebound goes to Kaputska. Tatum quickly up the floor, cut off, cross court to Hyan, kick out Chaleski, near side at Cashlin, does pull from deep, can't get it to drop, and Henry gets the rebound. Bailey, nice false crossover with the left hand, puts up the jumper, no good. Carrie Ryan with the rebound, and then ball is partially tipped away, and then controlled by Eva Jackson. Now Chaleski on the near side comes to a stop and will reset the offense.
10 rebounds now for Carrie Ryan to go with her 4 points.
Eva pulls from the short corner, no good. Good rebound by Pates, but we're going to have a foul by, I believe, Jessie Hine will pick up the personal. As just a good job by Pates getting her body in front of her.
Well, you're not going to believe it. She was the last player out there for Arcadia Loup City to not pick up her first foul. So everyone that's seen the floor, 9 players total, have picked up at least one foul. Oh, well, you pointed one out, but we're not going to name her out because then she's inevitably going to pick up her first.
In the backcourt and looking to push is Bailey. Bailey throws it ahead to Henry. Henry lays it up too strong, no good. Kaputska with the rebound. Ryan nearly tied it up. Kaputska's able to tear it away. Jackson ahead to Cashlin. Cashlin right-handed drive, and that'll be a foul on Carly Bailey trying to get that block.
That was a good hard foul by Carly. And, you know, she's not called for the foul on the shot. A little bit of hand checking going on before that, so maybe one of those kind of continuation fouls. But either way, it results in a player at the line.
Lead goes back to Arcadia Loup City as Cashlin's first free throw is good. Second one is on the way, short, no good. Ball tipped around, rebound goes to High-End. High-End is tied up by Bailey as she'll be helped up off the floor as all sorts of feet were tangled up there. Ball goes to Ansley Litchfield. They nearly take it away, does Arcadia Loup City, but luckily Carrie Ryan was the only person facing the right direction.
Yeah, gotta inbound it when your players are ready.
Long three is no good by Rhodey, and then Henry on the backside rebound will be fouled by Chaleski.
I'm blaming that on you. She was the only player who has seen the court for the Rebels that didn't have one foul. Now we've got everyone with at least one foul. 10 different players for Arcadia Loup City have committed at least one foul, and it's pretty spread even.
Ball tipped by Cashlin. It will stay, or by Kaputska, excuse me. It will stay with Ansley Litchfield. Next foul, by the way, against Arcadia Loup City will put Ansley Litchfield at the line.
Can't underestimate the difference that will make in this tight game, too. That's something to keep an eye on.
Ball tipped away, able to control it is Henry. Now Pates on the near side. Pates able to get by the defense, lays it up, no good. And then we'll have a jump ball. High-End caught the ball high, and Ryan just grabbed it. Arcadia Loup City wanted a foul, but there was not one there. That's just a height-on-height matchup.
Well, Ryan went up. Her back was actually to the basket. She just had an eye for the basketball, went up and grabbed it and tried to pull it down. It's not a foul if both players have their hands on the ball and you're just trying to get possession. So that's just a good job by Carrie Ryan.
Arcadia Loup City does get the ball, however, on the possession arrow. They've got it as Cashlin pulls from deep, and she's feeling it. Splashes in the tray, 34-30, Arcadia Loup City with the lead. And then Cashlin nearly took it away, but as she tried to gather it, kicked it out of bounds.
Well, Coach Mott's got to be really happy with the energy that she brings to the team. Just when things are kind of getting lackadaisical and both teams are kind of falling into their flow, she steps back and hits a three. I've noticed she started shooting them from deeper, too, than what she was in the first half. That's just her strength. She's got to shoot it from that far away.
Cashlin's going to commit the foul as had to go through the body to commit that. That will also put Bailey at the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, this might be exactly what the Spartans needed. They're having a tough time getting into their half-court offense against the Rebels. So now every foul from here on out is going to send them to the line.
First free throw is good. And also very important for Ansley Litchfield to hit these free throws to stay within striking distance. Now a 3-point game. Bailey trying to make it a 2-point game, and she does. 34-32, still 5:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's been a back-and-forth contest as Kaputska fires from the elbow, no good. Rebound goes to Bailey. The trackster is off and running. Puts up the jumper and lays it up and in, and guess what? We're tied at 34.
Well, Carly knows when she's got to put her foot on the pedal. Those free throws and those 2 points there were her first scores since an early second quarter bucket. She knows her team needs her to put the pedal to the metal.
High-End gets the pass back after she got rid of it. Had an open shot, and then Eva Jackson swipes on the rebound as Rhodey was able to gather that one in. So she'll head to the free throw line. Eva contesting, she didn't foul her, but the full arm swipe was enough to draw the whistle from the official.
Well, and those are those fouls. You know, I always say if you put a lot of pressure on the officials to blow that whistle when there's so much movement going on. Even if you didn't commit the foul, if you've got that much happening, it's going to be really hard for them not to blow the whistle.
Free throw was no good. Arcadia Loup City with the rebound. Chaleski has it, all knotted up at 34. Eva Jackson gets it back to High-In. High-In out top to Chaleski. Cashlin, got to go out on her. She's hit a couple of threes. Now Chaleski near side looking to drive. Gets a good screen, puts up the jumper, no good. Backside rebound goes to Catherine Pates. Pates facing the pressure from Cashlin. Comes to a stop and hands it off to Bailey. Bailey up the floor. Hands it off to Pates. Pates from deep, and she got it. Ansley Litchfield gets the lead back with that three, 37-34.
2 3-pointers, both of them here in the second half.
Timeout, Arcadia Loup City. They trail 37-34, and we are halfway through this fourth quarter. 4 minutes to go here on KBBN.
It's midnight. Banking time. Really? Well, yeah. I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
37-34. Ansley Litchfield with a lead over Arcadia Loup City. Gavin Higgins, Jeremy Shipe with you here on KBBN. Jeff Bailey behind the camera on Sandals Express on Facebook and on YouTube. Arcadia Loup City with the basketball. Eva Jackson near side. Ferentz outside the three-point line. Zone defense here by Ansley Litchfield. They went to this pretty early after some foul trouble kind of forced them into it. Now the three-pointer by Ferentz on the way. Rattles around, jumps off, and the rebound goes up to Ansley Litchfield. Ball thrown ahead to Carey. As Carey Ryan held on to it as Pates gave a little gallop, trying not to get the ball before she went into the front court. Nice little runner and the great layup on the shot by Carly Bailey.
Well, everyone left her, and she went right up with it, went around everyone, and got her 5th and 6th points of the quarter.
And then the ball is turned over by Arcadia Loup City. 39-34. Ansley Litchfield with the lead.
And Carly Bailey took a big hit after she made that last shot, turned around to run back up the court, inadvertent run into a Rebel, and she's kind of holding her neck a little bit.
Henry able to get around some of the defense. Now gets to Pates. Pates will be tied up by Ferentz. Ferentz was right there, and I believe Ansley Litchfield will retain possession. They will, and that was one of those situations where the defense or the offensive players are so close, the defense didn't really have to do much and just kind of allowed the ball to fall on their lap. Spartans have it into the front court, and that'll be a foul as Ferentz goes through the body of Pates. That'll put her at the free throw line for a 1-and-1, and it will be 1-and-1.
Well, you can look at that foul one of two ways. You know, you're probably still in the realm of the situation where you want to play good, solid defense and try to get turnovers, but you can play the foul game early and look at it that way too.
Free throw was no good. Brody had a chance at it, but it will fall off the rim, and then as Carey Ryan was trying to grab it, just jumped out of bounds on her. So Arcadia Loup City has the ball, trailing 39-34. 2:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chaleski from the three-point line, out to Cashlin. Dangerous from everywhere. High in, short corner near side, off to Cashlin. Cashlin cut off. Now to Kaputska, lays it up, no good. Backside rebound to Eva Jackson, kick out Chaleski. Chaleski looked at the three initially, now will drive. High and near side, short corner, puts up the jumper. No good, but she is fouled and will head to the free throw line.
Second foul on Kaylee Rohde.
Hine will look at 2. First one is up. Back iron, no good. Free throw is very important for both sides. Ansley Litchfield, if they are fouled, will have to be shooting the rest of the way. And obviously Arcadia Loup City would love to score with the clock off. Second free throw, no good. And Bailey comes away with the rebound. However, Ansley Litchfield will take a timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Grocery Cart is happy to sponsor this sports broadcast. Inside GK Wine and Spirits, the key word for us is variety. We have a large selection of Nebraska-made beers and a bunch of seltzer choices, too. There's a wine that will pair well with any meal. Our shelves are full with everything from sweet to dry. Did I mention awesome prices? For your good time or to wind down your day, shop GK Wine and Spirits inside the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
39-34, Ansley Litchfield with the lead. Both sides have kind of opened up the shooting a little bit. Both were very cold to start this game. I don't believe we had our first score, Jeremy, until maybe 3/4 of the way through that first period. But since then, both sides have kind of been able to find a little bit of a groove.
Yeah, especially Ansley Litchfield. You know, they didn't have much of a second quarter. That was their cold quarter, and the cold quarter for Arcadia Loup City was the first, but here in the second half, scoring has not been a problem for either team.
Ansley Litchfield will key it in, able to get it over to Rohde. Rohde comes up the floor. She'll be fouled by Cashlin. It kind of shakes her head, but that's about as easy of a foul call as you'll ever see, as Rohde will head to the free throw line.
Everyone always wants the big collisions to result in the foul calls, but what you've got to remember is that as a ball handler, you have as much right to that ground as the player defending that doesn't want to give up that ground. And no matter how small the bump, those foul calls can come.
First free throw, no good. Second free throw is, and it's a 6-point lead for Ansley Litchfield. 2:20 to go, fourth quarter. Arcadia Loup City needing some buckets. Eva Jackson pulls from deep, and that's a pretty good way to start. 37-40 as the three-pointer's good. Bailey up the floor, looking for some help. Gets it to Carrie Ryan, ahead to Peyton Henry. Henry trapped underneath, facing a triple team, somehow able to get out of it. Now to Pates, far side to Rohde. Rohde with the drive, far side jumper, no good. Gets her own rebound, lays it up, no good, but she is fouled and will head to the free throw line.
Oh, how a three-pointer can inject some energy into a crowd.
The only person who's shot three-pointers for Arcadia Loup City was Cashlin up to that point. And Eva just canned that tray as the first free throw by Rohde's no good.
Well, here's what you find out what you're made of from the free throw line if you're Ansley Litchfield. They've gone there 7 times, now 8 times, and have only knocked home half of them here in the quarter.
And that second shot was the halfway mark, as it was good. 41-37, as we will have a foul, just the 5th team foul against Ansley Litchfield. Peyton Henry will pick up the personal.
And that's just an example of what goes around comes around. You know, kind of find it ironic that Cashlin was complaining about that last foul she picked up, just barely bumping, but that was the same call the other direction. I've been impressed with the officiating so far tonight.
Kaputska, Shaleski outside the three-point line, now near side. Cashlin pulls from deep, just short, no good. She had the line, but just not quite enough behind it. Pates hands it off to Bailey. Bailey brings it across half. Now over near side to Rohde. Rohde with the jumper, and it's good. Big shots here by Ansley Litchfield. They lead at 43-37, 1:15 to go. Chaleski pulls from straight away, no good. I believe it hit the support. It did, so that is out of bounds. So ball goes to Ansley Litchfield.
Well, and you can see here in Loup City, they try to pull that support back as far as possible, but it touched that ribbon, and it'll turn the ball over.
Arcadia Loup City takes a timeout, and we'll be back with the final 1:13 here on KBBN. Fourth quarter, 43-37, Ansley Litchfield leading Arcadia Loup City.
When your car gets dented, dinged, smashed, or smacked, the last thing you should have to worry about is it being in the right hands to get it fixed. When you choose Rod's Body and Paint in Broken Bow, your vehicle will leave their shop looking great. Don't forget, Rod can also help you with those windshield chips. Take care of them before they get worse and cost you more money. If your windshield already needs replaced, they can do that too. Rod's Body and Paint on the curve, west of Broken Bow.
Ansley Litchfield leading 43-37 over Arcadia Loup City. Here is we'll have senior events coming up in just a little bit. Obviously last home game for the girls as they will be on the road at Centura here later on this week. Ansley Litchfield looking to key it in. Gets it to Rhodey. 1:10 to go. Pates now has it. Up the floor. Ahead to Henry. Henry. Short corner, far side. Ball tipped away. Taken away by Chalesky. Needing some points as Carrie Ryan will commit the foul. And kind of a stop the momentum type of a foul. And everyone seemed to be pretty okay with that, actually.
Yeah, kind of, you never know what's going to happen when you turn over a ball like that and everyone's running back. You know, it might have been just as important for the Rebels because when you try to get in this rush, that's when the ball gets turned over.
Chalesky pulls from deep, front iron, no good. Rebound goes to Ansley Litchfield. They lead at 43-37, 48 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. They've got a foul. Far side, Rhodey has it. Still no foul. Cashlin able to come through and commit the foul. As coach telling Cashlin, hey, you still got to go for the ball. And that's what the official is going to talk to her right now about.
Yeah, you can't just come over and shove in the back. It is a foul. I mean, the results will be the same, but probably not the next time she would do it.
First free throw is good as Ansley Litchfield looking to put the final stamp on this one. Second free throw follows the first. It is good, and an 8-point lead with only 30 seconds to go is hard to come back from. Eva Jackson, jumper's no good. It is short. Kaylee Rhodey with the rebound. She looks to push up the floor, able to get it to Bailey. Bailey will bring it across half, back it out. See if any foul comes or not. Bailey's very talented with the ball, and she's able to get it to Henry. 15 seconds to go. We'll have a foul as Eva Jackson will pick up the personal, and I believe that is number 5 on Eva.
You're correct.
So she will be the first player to foul out and likely might be the only player to foul out. Jackson, a great game, though, as Ella will come in for her.
11 points, all of them in the second half. Really, you know, her effort in the second half is what kept Arcadia Loup City in it.
First free throw by Peyton Henry is good. Second free throw back iron, no good. Rhodey comes away with a rebound. Kick out to Bailey. Bailey will back it out with 7 seconds to go. Creates some space. Pass goes inside to Carrie Ryan. She'll lay it up and in as Ryan scores with 1 second to go. Kaputska unable to get a shot off as we come to the conclusion of game number 1. 48-37. Ansley Litchfield gets the victory over Arcadia Loup City in game number 1. We've got the boys game coming up next. As I mentioned, they will have some senior day activities, so we'll have time to talk about our upcoming game as well as final stats from game number 1. So stick around. More to come right here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Have you seen any finches in your backyard? If not, then you need to get to Arrow Seed and pick up their special finch blend. Arrow Seed now offers 9 different varieties of bird seeds to attract almost any type of bird to your feeder. Available in economically priced bulk quantities from 1 pound to 50, you can get as much or little as you need at a great price. If you need a feeder, Arrow Seed carries a good variety of those as well. To attract and keep birds in your yard, stop into Arrow Seed in Broken Bow today.
If you're looking for the full package, look no further. Team Physical Therapy is pleased to be able to offer you not only physical therapy, but now occupational therapy and speech therapy. Call 872-5111. Together empowering able movement. Team Physical Therapy can help you in all your therapy needs, from babies to the older adult. Call 872-5111. We offer one-on-one therapy with the rehab specialist. Call 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Ready or not, here comes the chilly season. Are you already noticing some cold drafts coming into your home, chilling the air? Don't make your heating system work harder than it needs to. Talk to Mead Lumber and Broken Bow about insulation solutions to keep the cold where it belongs, outside. The helpful staff at Mead Lumber and Broken Bow can offer solutions that will save you money when the weather gets chilly. Talk to them today, East Highway 2, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
At Trotter Service, every oil change comes with a multi-point inspection. As a Tire Pro store, they bring customers only the best brands of wheels and tires at the best prices anywhere, and have computer balancing and alignment too. They service semis and provide bulk fuel and propane delivery as well. At Trotter Service, your hometown automotive repair and tire store.
Friendly service every time. Quality is what you'll find where your neighbors and your friends go see Trotter.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
For a free insurance protection review, contact Shelter Insurance Agent Brent Custer at 872-5105.
New Year resolutions. Maybe you want to hit the snooze button less, or maybe you want to pick up a new hobby. Maybe you want more space for your family. That's where Custer Federal State Bank can help. Ask them about the options out there for mortgages or construction loans. The new year might just be the opportunity you've been waiting for. Happy New Year from Custer Federal State Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Days off for rest and relaxation. They don't come often, but boy, oh boy, do we love them when we get them. Don't push your lazy boy kick back, feet up, eyes closed, comfy pants on time to the side. Let A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping do your dirty work. They install and repair sprinkler systems, offer aerating, power raking, and tree stump grinding. Plus, don't forget their 5-step fertilizer program. Write down those dreams you have of your dream landscaping. They'll help make it a reality. A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping, doing the dirty work on your lawn space so you don't have to.
Ansley Litchfield with the 48-36 win over Arcadia Loup City improves to 8-12 on the year. Arcadia Loup City falls to 5-16. Ansley Litchfield will be at Anselmo Myrna on the 11th, as that will be the final regular season game for both teams. Anselmo Myrna coming off of an 11-point loss to South Loup here this evening, so that should be a phenomenal game to end the regular season for both the girls teams of Anselmo Myrna and Ansley Litchfield. As I mentioned earlier, Arcadia Loup City will look to improve as they will take on Centura, also on the 11th, a C2 team who is currently 10-10. So another great contest to end the year, as we now take a look at your final stats with Jeremy Shipe.
We'll start with the visitors. That would be Ansley Litchfield, 48 points on the evening. Much better second half scoring the ball than the first half. 33 points poured in the final two quarters. They were led in scoring by Carly Bailey. She had a great fourth quarter, went 4 of 4 from the free throw line and knocked home 2 shots from the field for her 8 points in the second half. Add that to the 8 points in the first half. She led the scoring with 16 for the Spartans. She had 9 rebounds as well. A double-double for Kaylee Rohde, 15 points and 13 rebounds, 6 points and 10 rebounds for Carrie Ryan, 6 points for Catherine Pates, and 5 points for Peyton Henry to round out the scoring for the Lady Spartans. They were 11 of 20 from the free throw line. They hit their shots down the road to secure the win. For Arcadia Loup City, they had scoring led by Haley Cashlin with 13. She knocked home a couple of threes in the second half to help spur her scoring along. 11 points for Eva Jackson, and 5 points for Libby Ferentz, 4 points for Jessie Hyen, and then 2 points apiece for Mallory Tuma and Nicole Chaleski. Leading rebounder was Eva Jackson for Arcadia Loup City. They were 9 of 14 from the free throw line, And besides, obviously, the final score, I think the story of this game was the rebounding. Our Ansley Litchfield out-rebounding Arcadia Loup City 41-21. And usually when you see a rebounding number like that, you don't even have to see the score. When you get second chance opportunities and you limit your opponent, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. Ansley Litchfield looking like they were short-handed on the bench, and they came in and took care of business here in Loup City, getting the victory in the girls' game 48-37.
And congratulations to all of the seniors of our Arcadia Loup City as they honor them on the floor. Both the basketball squads have walked through, currently going through I believe the cheerleaders now. I kind of missed the announcement in between, but seems to be the trend anyway as the seniors walk on the floor if you are watching. But again, Ansley Litchfield able to get past Arcadia Loup City 48-36. And we will take one final break for the girls' game, and we'll get you set up for the boys' contest, which is coming up next here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Emergencies are right up there on the list of worst emergencies to have.
Absolutely.
The next time you're facing one, give Squires Septic Service a call. 870-0717. He's ready to take your call 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
His sewer camera can find problems fast to save you money. Plus, he can clear drains with Roto-Rooter or Jetter. Oh, and Gary has Porta units too. Squires Septic Service of Myrna. 870-0717. Don't wait to call until it's too late.
Absolutely not.
Friendly rivals, hometown pride. Wearing your school's colors. Small towns are brought together cheering on their favorite teams. Agland ATV knows how hard the athletes and coaches work year-round and are proud to help sponsor the games of our customers and their kids and grandkids. We have built relationships with many of these families through the years and are proud of their success. Best of luck to all the local athletes from Agland ATV in Broken Bow.
872-3424.
Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow. 872-3424.
Let the games begin. Burning Bank enables you to manage your finances from the bleachers, sidelines, or wherever you are with 24/7 access to your accounts. Check your balances with mobile banking, reimburse friends and family for concession stand goods with Zelle, and even set up automatic payments or reminders to never miss a payment again with Bill Pay. The ball is in your court. Burning Bank is a proud sponsor of area athletics and wishes all student athletes a safe and successful season. Burning Bank, member FDIC.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
When you need a one-stop shop for everything plumbing, look to Duda Plumbing. Your property, whether new, commercial, or remodeled, can be helped in the plumbing department by calling Scott at 872-3402. Ask him about getting on the septic pumping schedule for every 2 years, and forget about needing to remember. He can do sewer camera inspections too. For over 20 years, proud to support the area student athletes, Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
As they complete the senior night festivities between these two basketball games, and as we get ready for the boys contest of our doubleheader, want to thank the businesses making this broadcast possible to you on radio as well as video. They include Joe's Market, Four County Heating and Air, Thrivent Financial, Scott Harvey, First Nebraska Bank and First Nebraska Bank Insurance Group, Moshka's Building Center, Kushock's Hardware and Variety Store, and Platte River Outdoors, Citizens Bank, Loup City Auto Parts, Johnson Hunt and Fish, Marcus Trucking, Insurance of the Heartland, Muddy Creek Ag, Baco Transfer, Flatwater Bank, Pates Farm Service, Town and Country Bank, BD Broken Bow, Loup City Lumber, Nebraska State Bank, The Grocery Cart, Ron's Body and Paint, Arrow Seed, Team Physical Therapy, Mead Lumber, Trotter Service, Shelter Insurance Agent Brent Custer, Custer Federal State Bank, A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping, Squire Septic Service of Myrna, Agland ATV, Bruning Bank, Sargent Irrigation, Lines Appliance, Palmer Monument, Insurance of the Heartland, Lashley Land, Colligan with Del Moniger and Tim Wright. The Callaway District Hospital, Gateway Motors, Dairy Queen, Foo Bar and Grill in Anselmo, Power Solutions, and Agribest Feeds of Callaway. Time to switch our focus to boys basketball. We'll have that pregame coming up next, right here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Lori Bush is an independent agent at First Nebraska Bank Insurance Group, meaning she can quote with many different companies and find the best deal for you. Call and get a quote for your auto, home, or business insurance today at 789-6600. They're Arcadia's leading insurance provider and are now a local Aflac agent. They're proud supporters of all area athletes. Stop in to see Lori and talk to her about your coverage. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by First Nebraska Bank Insurance Group in Arcadia.
Are you wanting to remodel your kitchen or bathroom but you don't know where to start? Come see me, Abby Mahler, the kitchen and bathroom designer at Moshka's Building Center in Arcadia. It's my job to design your kitchen layout and help you coordinate your cabinets, countertops, backsplash, flooring, and hardware. I have design software that lets you see a 3D image of your layout so you can visually picture what your new kitchen will look like. Please call us at 789-6252 and ask for Abby to set up your free consultation today.
Kushock Hardware and Variety in Loup City is open for you from 8 until 6 Monday to Saturday and Sunday from 9 until 1. When it comes to your lawn and garden for any season, shop Kushock Hardware and Variety. They invite you to do your gift shopping with them too. In the basement, Platte River Outdoors holds a full-service archery and outdoor supply shop with all the brands you know and love. Happy to help bring you this broadcast of the Arcadia Loup City Rebels, Kushock Hardware and Variety in Loup City.
Citizens Bank and Trust provides superior financial service with honesty, professionalism, and confidentiality while promoting economic growth and stability in the communities they serve. With convenient locations in St. Paul, Loup City, and Central City, all locations are experienced in real estate, agriculture, commercial and consumer lending, offering savings, deposit, checking accounts, debit cards, and online and mobile banking. Citizens Bank and Trust Company, your community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need auto parts? Don't search high, low, and in between. Talk to Loup City Auto Parts on Main Street in Loup City. Open Monday to Friday 8 to 5 and from 8 to noon on Saturday. They stock replacements, accessories, supplies, and equipment so you can get about any make of automobile back on the road. They even have light and heavy-duty truck parts, off-road equipment, buses, and ag equipment too. Saying Go Rebels by sponsoring this broadcast. Loup City Auto Parts.
No matter what hunting season is around the corner, you should be headed to Johnson Hunt and Fish in Loup City to prepare. Great customer service, a knowledgeable staff, and competitive pricing mean you're on your way to a great outdoor experience. From hunting gear and fishing gear to licenses and park permits. Go see Johnson Hunt and Fish in Loup City, 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on South Highway 58. They're proud to help bring you this broadcast.
Corey and Roxy with Marcus Trucking of Loup City are proud supporters of the Arcadia Loup City Rebels. If you need cattle hauled, it's simple. Just give Marcus Trucking of Loup City a call, 402-389-0730. They have the equipment, know-how, and customer service you desire. That's Marcus Trucking of Loup City. Happy to help bring you this broadcast featuring the Arcadia Loup City Rebels.
Insurance of the Heartland in Ansley is a proud radio sponsor of area high school sports. The skills that students learn in athletics go beyond the playing field. These student athletes learn teamwork, work ethic, and competitiveness, just to name a few. The sports that they participate in also are a way to bring communities together. The team at Insurance of the Heartland in Ansley is happy to help bring you this broadcast to cheer on your team.
Muddy Creek Ag supports the Ansley Litchfield Spartans. Pete, Ryan, Trey, and Brandy are your suppliers of all feed and seed products, Traeger grills, and seasonings as well. They also have new and used seed tenders and are proud to be channel seedmen. Good luck, Spartans, from Muddy Creek Ag. Call them at 308-935-1155. The same people with the same great products on Highway 2 in Ansley, America.
Welcome back to Loup City High School as we get ready for the boys contest of our doubleheader. If you're just joining us on our video streaming platforms or on the radio on KBBN, Ansley Litchfield girls were able to take the victory in the first half of the doubleheader. Now we've got two teams that want to add one to the win column as well. We'll take a look at both of them here real quick. First, Arcadia Loup City, the host team here on senior night, coming into this one with a record of 4-14. And, they've got 4 wins on the season. Pleasanton, Central Valley, Bertrand, and Ord. Kind of like what we said with the first game, Gavin. You kind of get to this point in the season, you're looking forward to the postseason. Everyone has the same shot at making it to state as you get to the postseason in the state of Nebraska. Their aim right now is just to kind of forget about that record and everything to this point and just play the best basketball they can.
Yeah, and I think they've got some great opportunity here. I mean, geez, though, your last 3 games, not a single team on there has more than 7 losses. So, I mean, it's a great way to end the year and really take you into postseason play. And, their sub-district is incredibly difficult for Arcadia Loup City. You've got Amherst at 18-3, Donovan Trumbull, who's on their schedule to end the year at 16-2, Grand Island Central Catholic, who's always very good at 15-3, and Ravenna in a down year at 5-14. Goodness gracious, you couldn't have much of a more difficult sub-district, but that's an opportunity to play upset. They've got the talent, they've got the physicality, and the speed and just the shooting ability is all there for Arcadia Loup City, and I look forward to see what they can do against Ansley Litchfield here tonight.
You look across the court at Ansley Litchfield, and they're having a great season, 13-6. The only team above 500 that they have beaten was Shelton. They were able to get a 3-point victory in overtime in that one back in the middle of January. But the important thing is that they're beating the teams that record and on paper things indicate that they should beat, and that's knocking down one pin towards trying to have a successful postseason.
And those are the games that you have to have. You win, and it's a game that's a toss-up. As long as you win half of those that really are a true toss-up, I think you're on the right track. And they've been on the right end of obviously quite a few of those. But winning the games they have to is a big start, and they're going to be tested here to end the year. And Selma Myrna coming up, Pleasanton, who's in their sub-district, is also coming up to end the year, and they have to win these games. They are looking to try to host that sub-district, and right now they are holding a very slim lead in the points over Elm Creek, who's in that sub. Ansley Litchfield at 13-6 with 42 points. Elm Creek at 12-8 with 41.85. So it is a razor-thin line that they are treading, trying to take that one spot. It makes these last 3 games extremely important, especially Arcadia Loup City is a C2 team. You're going to get some extra points there, and of course in your own class in Selma Myrna and Pleasanton, that's going to help things out as well. These are some very big games coming up for Ansley Litchfield.
I would argue the biggest being in Selma Myrna. That would be their last opportunity to get another win against a team that is above 500 record-wise. That Shelton game I mentioned to you is Ansley Litchfield's only win over a team that is 500. They have lost to 6 winning record teams so far this season. That would be their last chance to get another victory against a team above 500 heading into the postseason. Ansley Litchfield and Arcadia Loup City getting ready to do battle here in the boys contest of our doubleheader from Loup City. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll get closer to the tip on KBBN and our video streaming platforms.
Baco Transfer Incorporated of Litchfield buys, sells, hauls, and grinds hay and other forage crops year-round. Specializing in handling and processing, their fleet of specialty equipment with experienced operators work with many operations across central Nebraska. They also operate a full-service automotive repair shop for trucks and passenger vehicles in Litchfield. Driven to exceed your customer service expectations, Baco Transfer, proud to help bring you this sports broadcast.
At Flatwater Bank, we're still committed to calling our customers by name. Because of technology, we may not see you as much anymore, but whether you choose to bank with us online or in person, we're still your hometown bank. We still call you by name when we see you, and we're here for you when you need us. If you're currently not our customer, we would love a chance to show you what you've been missing. Visit us today to start banking with a bank that knows you. At Flatwater Bank, we are still pioneering.
Member FDIC.
Pates Farm Service is a proud supporter of Ansley Litchfield Spartan Athletics. Both in sports and athletics, they know how hard the athletes work to give their best effort, and they want to wish them the best of luck as they work this season. Pates Farm Service in Litchfield is your locally owned and operated parts and service provider for all the ag diesel equipment you need. Call Scott today to schedule your tune-up or repair. Proud to sponsor this broadcast, Pates Farm Service.
Since our bank was founded in 1905, we have been the community bank that's part of your community. Whether it's Friday night at the football game or volunteering at the local celebration, at Town & Country Bank, building relationships is what matters. That's why we gladly support the towns in which we live and work. This is Heather at Town & Country Bank, and I invite you to stop in today and let us show you how banking should be. Town & Country Bank, relationships you can bank on.
Relationships matter. Town & Country Bank.
Member FDIC.
Join the team at BD. They're proud to offer you competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more, to name a few. A new sign-on bonus is going on right now, too, of $1,000. You'll receive $250 after 30 days, another $250 after 6 months, and after 1 year, $500 more dollars. Apply online today at bd.com/careers or attend open interviews the first or third Wednesday each month in Broken Bow.
Welcome back to Loup City here as Arcadia Loup City takes on Ansley Litchfield at home. Final home game for the Rebels here in 2022 in this season, I should say. Jeremy Shipe fixing the stream for those of you watching. You'll still be able to hear me, but this has happened once in a while where we lose our big camera for some reason. The good news, however, is it's during pregame, so you're not missing a ton on that side of things. Don't forget, coming up this week on Saturday, we'll have B1 wrestling action for you here on KBBN. For those of you interested in listening to see how Broken Bow does in that B1 district. And then, of course, next week, sticking with wrestling, we will have all sorts of coverage for you from Omaha, as Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is state wrestling in Omaha. Can't believe it's already here. The end of the season, of the winter sports season, beginning to wind to a close, and we've got some great matches definitely going to be taking place in Omaha. We'll have coverage of Class B, C, and D for you. We'll cover all of our area kids. There will be great play-by-play action. If you've never heard Kurt Crawley or Mick Patch on the airwaves before call a game, it is a treat. It is something like none other. Even for a really non-wrestling person like myself, you can 100% understand exactly what is taking place when those guys get on the mic. Brent Apperson, our sports director, will of course be along with to make sure that everything goes well, but he says state wrestling, he just kind of sits back and lets the guys do their thing, and we'll have coverage Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from Omaha on KBBN. Postseason for girls begins on Monday of next week. Our coverage will not begin until Tuesday, most likely, with Ansley Litchfield likely going to be in that 2 seed, and Selma Myrna should hold on to that 1 spot and will likely host that sub-district, and we'll have the coverage for you. That sub-district includes Selma Myrna, who fell to 15-6 with a loss to South Loup earlier tonight. Ansley Litchfield now at 8-12. Probably going to be able to hold on to that 2 spot fairly easily with no one else within about 8 spots of them. 2 entire power points separate Ansley Litchfield and the next closest, which I believe is Elba at 6-14. Heartland Lutheran and Palmer 6-12 and 3-12 respectively, also in that sub-district. And then, of course, we'll have the rest of that sub-district as well. Very excited for it. Warm-ups continue for Arcadia Loup City and Ansley Litchfield, and we'll be back with more pregame right after this.
Loup City Lumber is your full-service lumber yard located at 904 O Street in Loup City. And they're happy to support the Arcadia Loup City Rebels by sponsoring this radio broadcast. Owners Scott and Stacy Tencher want you to know that Loup City Lumber offers materials and advice for all your needs. From metal buildings, new home buildings, and newly added floor covering section, they're ready to serve you. At Loup City Lumber, helping bring you this high school sports action.
It's midnight. Banking time. Really? Well, yeah. I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
When we unlock the doors and turn on the lights at the grocery cart, we're excited to serve you with a smile and helpfulness that can't be matched. Our staff is happy to help bring you this sports broadcast. It's our mission to offer you great prices in a store that is clean, organized, and convenient. Connect with us online at gkbrokenbow.com or come by and shop 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. East Highway to Broken Bow.
One thing we definitely desire perfection on is our vehicles. You want something that gets you to where you're going comfortably while looking great. Whether storm damage, deer damage, or insurance claim, take your ride to Rod's Body and Paint Broken Bow. They're the collision specialist. You should call 308-872-5346. Offering over 42 years of experience, they'll get you back on the road quickly without sacrificing quality. From dings and dents to full replacement and auto glass repair. Rod's Body and Paint, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Welcome back to Loup City High School. Let's take a look at your starting lineups. They are brought to you by Joe's Market in Loup City, your local community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices. By shopping Joe's Market each week, you keep your dollars in the local economy, and you embrace what makes them different from larger national competitors. Make Joe's Market your destination in Loup City. They are bringing you tonight's starting lineups. Let's first look at the visiting Ansley Litchfield Spartans. Their starting lineup will go like this. Calvin Finley will control the ball at the top of the key for much of the contest tonight. He is a 5'8" senior. Sam Lloyd will be one of the wings. He's a 5'11" senior. Caden Holm, a senior as well, standing 6'4". He's got some great post presence that does some great things for the Spartans. Luke Bailey in the starting lineup. He is a 6'1" freshman, and Leighton Rohde rounds out the starters for the Spartans. He is 6'1" and a junior. They are coached by Matt Drew. He is assisted by Jared Furnow and Jim Holm. For the Arcadia Loup City Rebels, their starting lineup goes like this. 5 seniors on the squad, 5 senior starters. Braden Scott in the starting lineup. He is 6'2" and a senior. Vince Urich, the second senior in the starting lineup. He is 6'1". Justin Lewick is a senior, also at 6'1". Jared Gappa is 6'2", a senior, of course. And then 6'3", Matthew Cox rounds out the all-senior starting lineup for Arcadia Loup City here on senior night. Aaron Habe, Tony Cashlin, and Cohen Lewandowski are the head coaches and assistant coaches, respectively, for the Arcadia Loup City Rebels. We'll take one last commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the tip for you right here on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com, and the free KBBN app as far as listening avenues. You might also be watching at Sandhills Express on Facebook Live or on YouTube with video streaming made possible there. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll be back with the tip of the boys contest right after this.
The Arrow Seed Company offers top quality seed for those early planted crops like peas, oats, and alfalfa. Book your seed now so it's ready when you are. Arrow Seed offers several oat varieties including dual-purpose cherries, tall late-maturing multi-purpose Goliath, high test-weight Haydens, or Everleaf, the long-season forage oat. Volume discounts are available. To increase your protein and feed value, consider adding forage peas to your oats. Stop in or call Arrow Seed in Broken Bow, your local Arrow Seed dealer, or visit arrowseed.com today to learn more. Arrow Seed, first in forage.
If you are looking for the latest techniques, look no further. Team Physical Therapy has skilled therapists that are able to offer you not only manual therapy, expert exercise programs to treat your neck, back, shoulder, and knee pain, but also dry needling. Call 872-5111. Our highly trained staff are here to get you moving again and enjoy life. Call 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
The changing seasons are generally welcomed with open arms, but not in our homes. With the help of Mead Lumber, you can keep the chilly air where it belongs. Upgrading your home's insulation not only conserves energy and lowers your heating and cooling costs, it makes for better living with improved air quality, health, and warmth. Work with those who have pride in a highly trained team to help with your building and projects. The crew at Mead Lumber. Also, be sure to visit meadlumber.com soon.
When you want the very best, go see Trotter, where you'll always get more for your dollar. We're your little friendly store, and we're right next door. That's what we're here for. Go see Trotter.
Trotter Service is your #1 partner in keeping your operation running smoothly. Whether you need a new battery, brakes, an alignment, or any other repair, they have a specialist that'll get it done right. Can't get away from the farm or ranch? They offer bulk oil and fuel delivery, and on-the-farm tire truck service too. Proud to work with the farmers and ranchers of the area. Trotter's Tire Pros. West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Brent Custer at 872-5105.
Welcome back to Loup City as we get ready for this boys contest of our doubleheader. All 5 seniors introduced. They're just wrapping that up for those in attendance for Arcadia Loup City. You already know the starters, though. All we have to do is tip it off. 8 minutes up on the clock. For those of you listening on the radio, Spartans in the all black with the gold trim and gold numerals. Arcadia Loup City in the white home uniforms with the red and gray trim and the gray numerals. ALC will work right to left. AL will work left to right. Caden Holm to jump it up in the center circle for the Spartans. Jared Gappa jumps it up for Arcadia Loup City. Holm skies high and taps it back to Finley, who controls it for the Spartans, and we're underway. Set play right out of the opening gate. Calvin Finley drives in, and a quick foul is whistled there. And just like players can establish a tone with their play as you start a contest, officials can also set a tone with how they're going to call things. And I think right there they established they're going to call this one pretty tight.
Yeah, a foul 12 seconds in for everyone in attendance, probably not exactly what you want.
Caden Holm drives, spins, puts up a shot at the rim, gets it to go, and scores it. And that is the definition of Caden Holm's offensive game right there. We saw it from him last year all the way into the postseason, and he's just tough to control in the lane.
Yeah, Uric trying to defend him, and that spin move is just so deadly. He's so quick with it. If you're not already almost in front of him at that point, it's almost too late.
Holm finishes off the three-point play, and it's a 3-0 lead as Arcadia Loup City gets their first possession of the first quarter. Vince Uric hands it off. Gappa with it now, skips it across the court. 30 seconds gone here in the first quarter. Pass down inside, looking to do the same thing as Lewick. A little bit of a drop step. Good defense there from Leighton Rohde, forces the miss. Caden Holm into the front court, was looking for Sam Lloyd, left his feet. Fortunate on the back end, saving it in was Luke Bailey, and the Spartans keep possession. Finley near side to Bailey. Loy underneath, no one was D'ing him up, and that's a free 2 points as the Spartans go up 5-0.
Yeah, losing a defender on the baseline 3 feet from the hoop, not exactly what you want.
Uric on the drive, gets all the way to the rim, missed it. Might have been a little bit of contact as Holm tracks down the rebound. Finley ahead into the front court, kicks it out. Thinking about the shot was Rohde, lost it now on the dribble, has to get it out to Holm, and we're back settled down as Finley recenters. 6.5 to go here first quarter. Luke Bailey with the drive, puts up the shot from 8 feet out, can't get it to go. Rebound ALC. Rebels still looking for their first score of the game. Uric brings it near side. Calvin Finley wants to force him left. Uric does go left, kicks it out. Spotting up for a second was Gappa, but now has to dribble away from it. Holm chased him off the line. Now he gets it back. One dribble again, now looking for a teammate already. Gets it off to Braden Scott. Scott had his pocket picked by Luke Bailey. Bailey wants to go the other way. Jump stop, puts it up in the lane, and scores another 2 for the Spartans, who are off and rolling. And Coach Habe really wants to get some subs in and has to take a timeout. They were sitting down there kind of growing moss on their feet, waiting to get into the game, and Coach Habe calls a timeout to get them in. It's going to be a quick timeout, and that gives us an opportunity to thank one of our sponsors, 4 County Heating and Air. Owners Brian Hogg and Austin Cox serve the area with a combined 20 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They provide free estimates and 24-hour service. They'll be there for you when the cold weather hits and there to help you prepare for the warm weather coming as well. Call 4 County Heating and Air in Broken Bow, 872-2258. Speaking of the weather, we're just kind of enjoying a warm spell for the beginning of February. A little bit windy today if you're being really picky, but I can't be picky. It's that warm. I would really like to be picky and wish for some precipitation, though. I think we could use that.
I'd almost take the snow. I mean, I obviously don't like the cold, but a little moisture never hurt, especially as that red flag warning that took place today and dry weather that has just been lately.
Maybe like 6 inches of snow. I don't want to eclipse a foot. That might be too much. With the drive is Urich. Goes around Finley. Tries to get it over to a teammate, and it's thrown away. He got it down inside to Trey Van Slyke, and Van Slyke wanted to kick it out to Braden Scott on the far side. Might have been tipped. Either way, it fired out to nobody, and it's a turnover back to the Spartans. Luke Bailey with it far side up to Sam Loy. Back to Bailey. Bailey drives in, gets it out to Loy again. They play a little bit more catch as we tick inside 5.5 to go first quarter. Spartans with the ball and the 7-point lead. Holm, fade away from the short corner. He's got his offense working early.
5 points, 2 rebounds, looking good here in the first quarter.
Urich down inside to Hayden Griffith. Gets a shot in the lane. That's a good-looking shot, and Holm got away with a travel there as we work back the other direction. That's as good a shot as you can hope for if you're Arcadia Loup City. Just didn't go in. Now a 3 from Luke Bailey. Puts it up and puts it down. Luke Bailey, the nice-looking shot from the 6'1 freshman.
Yeah, we're used to calling that a Bailey name with a 3. They pretty much go hand-in-hand at Ansley Litchfield.
Vince Urich with the bounce. Dribbles into the lane, puts up a shot. We'll see if they call it on the shot or on the ground. No signal yet. Yeah, 2 shots upcoming. So Vince Urich will go to the line for Arcadia Loup City. Might be the thing they need. Get some shots to go through from the line. Maybe it'll spark something offensively.
It's a really interesting matchup for me is what I would call undersized Calvin Finley going up against Vince Urich, who, I mean, it's a linebacker basically. But the thing that intrigues me is because of Finley's incredible defense, I think they're playing the odds that they might be able to draw a charge or 2.
Urich goes 0 of 2, and Bailey pulls down the misses. Finley into the front court. Gets it down inside to Holm. Holm, double team, tries to get it post to post, does. Now the kick out to Bailey. Bailey drives in, lost his dribble. 3-point up from Zach Loy. Can't get it to go, and we're back the other way. Defensive rebound, Arcadia Loup City. Urich kicks it out. Griffith puts up the shot, can't get the 3 to go. Calvin Finley skies in and pulls down the rebound. Finley to the free throw line, kicks it out to Loy. Loy, nice cut by Leighton Rohde, and he's fouled. Acted like he was going to go around for a little bit of a flare shot, but then cut baseline. It was a beautiful pass put out there by Zach Loy, and that earned his teammate Leighton Rohde to the line.
That was a really good backdoor move, as Garlds really was able to kind of work his way back to play defense, but that backdoor was enough to create just enough space to allow for that shot by Rohde, and that was all he needed.
Jared Gappa into the game, gives Trey Van Slyke a rest. As Rohde puts his second shot up and in, and it's a 13-point lead, 13-0 as we tick inside 4 minutes to go. First quarter, Spartans with the lead. Vince Urich goes baseline, throws the ball over 4 defenders. Now they work it around up top to Garlds. Garlds far side over to Griffith. Hayden drives, puts up the shot through a triple team, and is rewarded with a foul. He'll go to the line to try to get the Spartans' first points of the game.
First foul goes against Caden Holm. As right now, Ansley Litchfield is really keyed in on Vince Urich, almost daring anyone else on the team to make a play.
Griffith's first shot is short as Sam Loy comes in for Bailey. Loup playing some good minutes. I don't think we've seen the last of him in a Spartans uniform. He's just a freshman. He's playing good minutes for them as the scoring drought is broken. Hayden Griffith gets the second shot to go for the Rebels. Now Loy back the other direction. Zach Loy's shot sent back. Here comes Arcadia Loup City, and now Garles commits the travel, kind of put in a bad situation there. Had the ball thrown at his face when he wasn't ready for it. And it's a turnover back to Ansley Litchfield.
Yeah, kind of pleading, hey, I'm only like 4 feet away. You don't have to throw it quite that hard or that fast, that close.
Zach Loy with it, near side corner. Couple of dribbles. Looking for Holm, who loses his footing in the lane. Finley resets, and now over to Sam Loy. Sam holds it up. Inside 3:15 to go here, first quarter. Spartans dominating so far. Zach off to Caden Holm. We've got a whistle, and we've got a foul away from the ball. I think Urich and Sam Loy battling down there on the opposite block.
Yeah, I think as Loy went to cut through, Urich got pinned by his own teammate and just kind of grabbed the arm to prevent what would have been a wide open layup.
6 total fouls between these two teams as we've got just over 3 minutes to go here first quarter. Finley to key it in from the baseline, gets it up to Zach Loy, does a good job meeting the ball. Over to Sam Loy, and now we've got another foul as Peyton Garles commits the foul as Finley goes towards the corner.
Yeah, that was one where he tried to beat the screen and he didn't, and Calvin Finley got decked as he was trying to work around it.
Calvin to key it in, tries to get it into Holm, has it poked away. It will stay with the Spartans on the baseline, just a little bit deeper under the basket now. Caden flips it all the way up top. Leighton Rohde comes down with it and attacks. Drives into the lane. Nothing there initially. Now looking for a teammate, finds Zach Loy. Off to Finley, who conducts the offense. Points everyone where he wants them to go. There's 3 out of his 4 teammates he's told where to go, and now the ball is thrown away. On different pages were Calvin Finley and Leighton Rohde. Would have been a good play. Leighton just needed to go to that deeper corner, and he would have had a wide open look.
Yeah, Finley was looking for the flare after the screen, but not quite what thought was coming was Rohde as he dove to the basket. Just their first turnover here in this game.
Griffith with it in the front court for ALC. Work it around. Garles keys up for 3. Can't get it to go. That one was way off. Griffith the rebound. Turns around in the lane, puts up a shot, and gets 2 more for Arcadia Loup City. They've got 3 on the board.
And he's got all 3.
Zach Loy into the front court, had the ball swiped away. Comes down with it, faces up, now kicks it out to Holm, pulls for 3. Can't get it to go. Finley tries to tap it in to a teammate, but it's recovered by the Rebels. Urich over far side to Griffith. Hayden looks around, tries to get it to Urich, who somehow controls it. It was thrown right at his shoelaces. He backs it out, now attacks. Gets a screen, goes across the free throw line, lost it, kicked it out to Garles, who attacks himself, had it stripped away. Here comes Leighton Rohde the other way, lays it up, can't get it to go, and we're back the other direction as ALC pulls down the miss. Garles over to Griffith, layup, can't get it to go. Can't ask for a better look than that if you're Arcadia Loup City.
They just cannot get it to drop in. That one layup by Griffiths, their only field goal in this quarter. They're able to get a couple rebounds, but that's been about it.
Now the Spartans stop the track meet and reset in half court. Finley with it far side, off to Rohde. Rohde attacks, drives in, and a blocking foul is called. I don't know about that one as Rohde lowered his shoulder. That's like the opposite of avoiding contact, which is what you usually see when a blocking foul is called, is the offensive player avoiding the contact. Wouldn't have been surprised to see that one go the other way.
Yeah, that was a, without a doubt, Rohde initiated the contact. Now, I couldn't tell for sure if Griffith was able to slide all the way over, or if he was kind of still leaning out, but either way, blocking foul puts Rohde at the line.
Rohde can't get the first one to go. In for the Spartans comes Ashton Beamerwald. A couple of players for Arcadia Loup City come in too. Saw Jared Gappa run in there. Trey Van Slyke back into the contest too. Rohde, second shot, can't find the bottom of the net. I think they need to check these buckets. Between the girls' game and the boys' game, lots of good shots have gone up as driving all the way in and getting a score is Braden Scott. There have been a lot of shots that you see go in a lot of the time. They're just not going in. They're good shots, and it's continued from the girls' game here to the boys' game. Under a minute to go. First quarter, Spartans with the ball. Sam Loy with it near side. Van Slyke steps out on him. Sam loses his dribble. 5 count is started, gets it off to Caden Holm. Caden, far side to Rohde. Rohde doesn't use the bounce, gets it off to Zach Loy. Now Sam Loy. Sam, one dribble. Up top to Beamerwold. Far side, Zach Loy. Good defense here for Arcadia Loup City. They're inspired after their scoring is kicked up on the other end of the court. Rohde, corner, 25 seconds to go. Sam Loy, couple of dribbles. Out to Zach Loy, pulls up a three. Can't get it to go, and it hits the top support. And will be turned back over to Arcadia Loup City, who couldn't be more happy after playing good, sound defense there. And at the end of it all, the Spartans towed up a three.
Yeah, and it was exactly what you wanted. No one really was able to get more than 3 steps inside the three-point line.
Braden Scott gets it off to Van Slyke. A little bit of weave action for Arcadia Loup City. Hayden Griffith goes to the rim. Uses that length to get to the rim. Couldn't finish it, but he'll go to the line as he was fouled on the drive.
Caden Holm will pick up his second personal, and that's just a really good first step by Griffith. Right to the hoop, did not wait a minute.
Griffith's first shot hits all nylon, and now pulling to within 13-6 is Arcadia Loup City. Calvin Finley comes in for Caden Holm. As Griffith can't get the second one to go. Van Slyke skies high for it and kicks it out. 3 seconds. Griffith attacks, puts up the shot. Lots of contact one way or the other. Either way, no whistle blown. And with 0.6 seconds to go, we'll likely see a catch and a throw real quick here for the Spartans. Rohde into Loy, and we'll see no shot put up, and that was a long 0.6 seconds as the scorers table probably trying to sort a couple of things out. As we go to the second, no time on the clock, 8 minutes going up here shortly. Leading it, Ansley Litchfield 13-6 as we head to the second here on KBBN, as well as our video streaming platforms.
I'm Owen, here to wish you a Happy New Year. Oh, and to tell you about how Custer Federal State Bank can be there for you in the new year. New year, new home on your mind? Whether you have your eye on something already standing or you want to build, ask Custer Federal any questions you might have about how mortgages or construction loans. Trust me, a conversation with them is far easier than a Google search. Happy New Year from Custer Federal State Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We've all come across landscaping pieces that have caught our eye and made us say, oh, wow, that's beautiful. But when we go to create our own landscaping dreams, it can be overwhelming. Worry no more. Call the professionals at A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping. Don't stress about wondering where to start. A to Z can help make all those dream ideas you have a reality. They're excited to do the dirty work on your lawn space so you don't have to. Professional edging, sod, retaining walls, rock beds, and more. Call A to Z at 872-5182.
Well, after Ansley Litchfield shot out to a double-digit lead, Gavin, Arcadia Loup City has really been able to reel things in.
Yeah, and they've been able to do that because they've been aggressive. They've been driving and finding some gaps in the defense and getting to the rim. That's what's been successful for them, and hopefully they're able to continue that here. As unfortunately, they're going to turn it over in that first possession to start the quarter.
Out of the gate, turnover back to the Spartans. 13-6, the lead for Ansley Litchfield.
Also note 16 fouls against Arcadia Loup City, so from here on out, we're shooting free throws for Ansley Litchfield.
Luke Bailey to Sam Loy, squares up, can't get the shot to go. Again, the ball will not fall over the rim. Rebound to the Rebels, here they come. Urich in the front court, goes away from the screen, passes it over to Garltz, up top, Griffith, three, left it short, rebound into the hands of Leighton Rohde. Rohde off and running, stops at the free throw line, kicks it out to Finley. Finley, some nifty dribbling on the far side of the court, flares around the screen, and loses his dribble, kicks it off to Bailey. Now Sam Loy, a few dribbles, working against Braden Scott. Scott stops him at the free throw line, off to Bailey, back to Loy. Loy attacks, puts up the shot from 10, can't get it to go off the back rim. Griffith, the rebound for Arcadia Loup City. Urich again penetrates, but loses his dribble, kicks it out to Griffith, who keys it near side. Braden Scott's three up, can't get it to go. Rebound over the head of Leighton Rohde and into the hands of Loy. 6:40 to go here, second quarter. No scores here in the second quarter so far as Sam Loy has it in the far corner. Back to Finley up top. Calvin squaring up, spin move, kicks it out to Loy. Now he'll bring it up to the wing, back to Finley in the corner. Down inside, they pass it to Ryan Bailey, the 6'3" sophomore. He got deep penetration, came over from the near side block. The pass was well timed from the corner, and that's how he got to the free throw line.
Yeah, he got a nice little almost rub screen there on the baseline, and instead of coming all the way outside the lane, he immediately posted up, and because the defense was late getting there, able to get a good quality shot up.
Ryan Bailey's first shot goes up and in. His second doesn't do the same. Griffith, another rebound, and off we run. Garltz with it. Tries to get it inside to Urich, who is posting up on Calvin Finley. And Finley going to be whistled for the foul, just trying to be a little bit too aggressive, trying to poke that ball out. I like the idea by Arcadia Loup City. You know, Urich's got the size advantage on Finley, so they tried to post him up there, and it committed a foul.
Second personal against Finley.
Inbounds goes to Griffith, missed the layup. Rebound pulled out of there by Bailey, who traveled with it. Ryan Bailey, I should say.
Yeah, Ansley Litchfield wanted a foul, but I think the only one who fouled him was Leighton Rohde. Rohde was going in for the rebound too and kind of bumped him off.
Urich to key it in from the opposite side of the baseline. Gets it in up top to Van Slyke. Trey, a couple of dribbles, points his teammates around, gets it up top to Urich. Guarding him now is Leighton Rohde as Urich goes past him, is fouled, and promptly makes his way to the free throw line.
We'll see if, I think they're going to keep it on the floor on the drive. I think on his first step he was fouled by Leighton, and just his first.
So Urich will walk to the baseline instead of the free throw line, and will toss it in over the outstretched arms of Rohde. Finds Griffith. Griffith puts a shot up over Sam Loy, can't get it to go again, and he's starting to look a little bit frustrated. He's getting good looks at the rim, but just can't get it to fall. Rohde, hounded by Urich. Off to Loy. Sam, a couple of dribbles against Van Slyke, loses his dribble, and hands it off to Bailey. Luke Bailey, a couple of dribbles. Now attacks, gets it in. Zach Lloyd, drop step, puts it up, can't get it to go. And Griffith tracks down the rebound. These are all really good shots in the lane these teams are putting up. These are the unfriendliest rims. Urich trying to go post to post on the drive to Van Slyke, but had it slapped away. Inbounds upcoming.
Really, offensively, both teams are able to get to the hoop, but you're right. I mean, everything that you feel like should fall in just rolls right off, and even some of the best quality shots still aren't dropping.
Lewick and Gampa in for Braden Scott and Vince Urich as the Rebels work back into the half court. 5:15 to go here, first half. They trail 6-14, and turning it over is Van Slyke. Will go the other way.
Yeah, he wanted to drive to the hoop right away, but the defense collapsed on him on that far side.
Leighton Rohde to bring it up for the Spartans. Calvin Finley remains on the bench, getting some oxygen in those lungs. Zach Loy with it far side. Now uses the bounce, and we've got a whistle away from the ball, and we've got a lane violation. Or maybe ran out of bounds willingly on the baseline, did Rohde. Well, that might be the call.
So what happens is Ansley Litchfield set a screen on the baseline, but when Leighton runs and uses that screen, he cannot take himself out of bounds. The defense can't do it either. As soon as he does that, all it does is a turnover violation. But if you're Ansley Litchfield, you got to give a little space for your guy to get through.
Another one of those football comparisons, kind of like the wide receiver not being able to put himself out of bounds running a route.
Very similar.
Van Slyke, keys for three at the top. Almost gets the rainbow to go. Griffith saves it and bounds right into the gut of his teammates. Coming away with it is Jared Gappa, and he's kind of taking some deep breaths as he might have had some air expended from his lungs. We'll take a break as well. Back after this on KBBN.
Septic emergencies are right up there on the list of worst emergencies to have.
Absolutely.
The next time you're facing one, give Squire's Septic Service a call. 870-0717. He's ready to take your call 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
His sewer camera can find problems fast to save you money. Plus, he can clear drains with Roto-Rooter or Jetter. Oh, and Gary has Porta units, too. Squire's Septic Service of Myrna. 870-0717. Don't wait to call until it's too late.
Absolutely not.
Welcome back to Loup City as we get ready for the final 4:38 of the first half. 14-6. Arcadia Loup City hanging right in there. They've been playing the defense that'll keep them in games, but neither team really been able to get the offense going here in the second quarter.
They've had 1 point here by either side and one free throw. That's been about it.
Garltz off to Urich. Up top with the drive goes Jared Gappa. Doesn't like it, kicks it out. We go up top to Griffith. Hayden down inside to Garltz. Attacks baseline, can't get it to go on the drive. Nice looking shot again. Had the area just off on the shot. Rebound to the Spartans, and we're back in the half court. Zach Loy, three up from the corner, and he scores it for the Spartans to break our scoring drought for both teams here in the second.
Yeah, that was the only field goal we've had in the second quarter, and it's taken almost 4 minutes to get there, and they've been some quality shots by both sides.
Vince Urich off to Garltz. Peyton attacks immediately, left the shot short, and on the fight for the rebound, we've got a foul called. This is going to go against Ryan Bailey, the 6'3" sophomore.
Yeah, just got caught in the wrong position, and we'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way, as that will be the 6th team foul against Ansley Litchfield. Just the first, though, on Bailey.
Van Slyke into the game, as well as Braden Scott. Taking a seat will be Justin Lewick and Jared Gappa. Urich to key it in. Looking around the arms of Leighton Rohde. Gets it in. Now Van Slyke with it near side corner. Tries to get it down inside to Griffith, but nothing there. Good defense from Sam Lloyd down on the block. Skip pass over to Van Slyke, up top to Urich. Lots of passing this possession, not as much dribbling for Arcadia Loup City. Now the pass inside is knocked away from Griffith, who might have gotten popped in the face there inadvertently by the knee of Luke Bailey.
Yeah, everyone kind of turned at the same time, and just an incidental contact, but right now, looking for Griffith is who I expect him to go to.
They went to Griffith, and he missed another layup. Had a good look at it, just too strong off of the glass, and he's now clapping the hands after those misses. He's got to see one go down soon. Spartans back in the half court as we tick inside 3:20 to go first half. They trail it by 11. Rohde with it far side. Now to Sam Loy. Loy has his dribble, but kicks it off first. Rohde, nice drive, has it slapped away. Big block by Hayden Griffith. Urich the other way, skies high, and scores two over Sam Loy.
That was a good job by Urich to go around Loy instead of just trying to go through him to draw the contact. Excellent job of body control.
Sam Loy the other way, wants to answer, can't do it. Garltz lost the ball. Kind of got away with dribbling that one on the baseline. We go back the other way with Braden Scott. Scott down to Griffith. He gets this layup to go, and ALC is on a little 4-0 run as we have a timeout on the floor. 2:37 to go here, second quarter. It's a single-digit game, 17-10. Ansley Litchfield with the lead.
Agland Day TV would like to acknowledge all the local athletes and coaches from our area. We are proud of the athletes for the sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication that they put into each season. Agland Day TV knows all about working hard and playing hard, just like a Polaris. Best of luck to all the local teams from Agland Day TV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Polaris adult models are for riders age 16 and older. Always wear a helmet and be sure to take a training course. Polaris machines are not intended for on-road use.
Well, after the scoring drought to start the second quarter, we've kind of had the scoring kick up a little bit, and more so in the side of the Rebels rather than the Spartans.
Yeah, and right now both sides just trying to kind of feel each other out a tad bit more here in this second period, but I've been really impressed with Arcadia Loup City's defense. They have been man on a man this entire time, and just kind of allowing that defense to turn into offense, and they've done much better getting the ball inside. Griffith has had some phenomenal opportunities, and after that, the miss previous, he just kind of screamed like, come on, and this time able to score it off, maybe relax a little bit and start hitting a few more.
We'll see if they continue to go down inside to Griffith. He's been getting the best looks as Leighton Rohde shuffled the feet and turns it over. We'll see what Arcadia Loup City decides to do. Having that recent timeout, wouldn't be surprised if Coach Habe has a set play drawn up as Urick brings it across the timeline. Near side, Van Slyke. Trey looks, now uses the dribble, kicks it over to Urick. Touch pass into Griffith, can't get it to go, gets his own miss, puts it up again, can't get it to go, and this time a frustration foul goes over the back of Holm. Hayden Griffith can't quite get these shots to go. He's getting good looks. He's skying higher than everyone else. He's pulling down rebounds. And Vince Urick does the right thing as a teammate. He saw that Griffith was frustrated with himself. He came over and said, hey, man, you're doing the right things down there. Those will fall. Just keep working hard.
He can't do anything else. It just will not fall in for him.
Holm can't get the 1-and-1 to fall. Rebound off to Braden Scott. Off to Urick. His three up and down. Big three-pointer to pull within 4 for Arcadia Loup City.
Big shot in rhythm. Excellent job by Urick getting those puppies ready.
Loy has it up top on the kick out from Holm and slipped on the floor inadvertently and traveled with it. And I think if everyone on the Arcadia Loup City side of the crowd had a whistle, there would have been about 175 whistles blown right there as they were all over it.
I don't think there was a single person that didn't say travel on the ALC side.
Urick with it far side as the Rebels are on a scoring run. 2 within 4. Now they turn it over, but Urick goes right back in there and steals it back. Now Garlds drives. Baseline, can't get it to go, but a foul is called on Garlds as Finley had position, and Garlds didn't make enough of an effort to avoid the contact. So we'll go the other way.
Yeah, that was, about as easy as it gets. He just dropped that shoulder and ran him over. I talked about Finley being able to draw lots of contact and draw those types of fouls, does there, and that's the 3rd on Garlds.
Lewitt comes in for him. And we're back underway in the half court with the Spartans. They try to force one down inside to Luke Bailey. It's slapped away. Urick gets it out to Scott, and now we're back in the half court as the Spartans recover well. Van Slyke with it up top. Couple of pass fakes, now off to Urick. Calls for a man to come through as Braden Scott, and Holm picks it off after juggling it a bit. And a turnover back the other way to the men in gold and black. Bailey has it slapped away, tries to recover, and Holm comes out of there with it and kicks it up top to Loy, and we reset with 50 seconds in the first half. Sam off to Caden Holm. Nothing coming easily offensively for the Spartans now as ALC just playing good defense. Ansley Litchfield, 4-point lead, trying to work it into Holm. Holm contacted as he was trying to catch it and shoot right away, but Urick in the right spot, and Holm just brought it down on his shoulder, and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, if Urick doesn't play defense right there on that backside help, that's an easy bucket for Holm, but an excellent job sliding over and just able to poke that thing loose, and as Holm went to reach to grab it, touches it out of bounds.
Ryan Bailey into the contest, as is Zach Loy for the Spartans as they run back on defense, and Urick throws it away. There's nothing else to say about that, just put too much air underneath that one. And now a quick substitution. The Spartans will put a couple of offensive players back in there, and now they all of a sudden have been gifted the final possession of the first half if they want it. Finley brings it into the front court. 20 seconds to go first half. 4-point lead for Ansley Litchfield, who jumped out to a big 13-0 lead. After scoring the final 6 points of the first quarter, Arcadia Loup City has done plenty of scoring here. Now Loy pulls up from 5 and gets it to go with 6 seconds. Arcadia Loup City's got to move. Into Urick, 3 seconds. Urick fits it ahead, putting up the shot, but I don't think that would have counted either way. Jared Gappa can't get it to go at the buzzer, and we've got ourselves a 6-point game at the half. Ansley Litchfield leads it 19-13 over Arcadia Loup City. We'll take a break and take a look at your halftime numbers after this.
As you head out the door to support your favorite team and athlete, don't forget to take Bruning Bank with you. With our free mobile banking app, you can handle your daily banking needs from anywhere, even the bleachers. Check your balance, monitor transactions, deposit checks, and send and receive funds to family and friends with Zelle. Learn more at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank is a proud sponsor of area athletics and wishes all students a safe and successful season. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
When you need a one-stop shop for everything plumbing, look to Duda Plumbing. Your property, whether new, commercial, or remodeled, can be helped in the plumbing department by calling Scott at 872-3402. Ask him about getting on the septic pumping schedule for every 2 years, and forget about needing to remember. He can do sewer camera inspections too. For over 20 years, proud to support the area student athletes, Duda Plumbing, where they do da plumbing.
Some say when times are good, everybody wants to be your friend. But when times are tough, well, you're often on your own. Not us. At First Nebraska Bank, we say we've got your back no matter what the price of corn or calves. That's because we're a lending partner dedicated to long-term vision and taking care of you so you can take care of what you do best. And we're ready to help you plan for the future. Now, let's go grow something.
Now with 12 locations. Find one closest to you at firstnebraska.bank.
Are you wanting to remodel your kitchen or bathroom but you don't know where to start? Come see me, Abby Mahler, the kitchen and bathroom designer at Moshka's Building Center in Arcadia. It's my job to design your kitchen layout and help you coordinate your cabinets, countertops, backsplash, flooring, and hardware. I have design software that lets you see a 3D image of your layout so you can visually picture what your new kitchen will look like. Please call us at 789-6252 and ask for Abby to set up your free consultation today.
Kushock Hardware and Variety in Loup City is open for you from 8 until 6 Monday to Saturday and Sunday from 9 until 1. When it comes to your lawn and garden for any season, shop Kushock Hardware and Variety. They invite you to do your gift shopping with them too. In the basement, Platte River Outdoors holds a full-service archery and outdoor supply shop with all the brands you know and love. Happy to help bring you this broadcast of the Arcadia Loup City Rebels, Kushock Hardware and Variety in Loup City.
Thank you to another one of our wonderful sponsors bringing you this basketball action. Scott Harvey, your local Thrivent financial representative. Life insurance can help you protect your future and loved ones, but your needs may change over time. Thrivent is committed to helping you find solutions that align with your life. Schedule your checkup today. Call 872-2511 to learn how Scott can help you. Thank you to Scott Harvey with Thrivent Financial for bringing you tonight's broadcast. With a look at your halftime numbers here in the boys contest, here is Gavin.
First, we'll take a look at Ansley Litchfield, the visiting team on the scoreboard. As a team, 8 turnovers, but 15 rebounds, so they're able to put together a pretty good half on that side of things. They are led in scoring, 2 players with 5 points, Caden Holm and Luke Bailey. Holm also with 4 rebounds, Bailey with 3 of his own. Other scoring points, Sam Loy has 4 points, 2 each in the first and in the second quarter. 3 points for Zach Lloyd, the 3-pointer in that second quarter, and 1 point apiece for Ryan Bailey as well as Leighton Rohde. Foul trouble-wise, only with 2 fouls at the moment, Calvin Finley and Caden Holm. Those are the only 2 players for Ansley Litchfield that have more than one foul. Again, 19 points here in that first half. Arcadia Loup City, they were led in scoring by Hayden Griffith, who had a good first quarter and really probably be in double digits, but just can't seem to get the ball to roll in. Also for Arcadia Loup City, 5 points for Vince Urich and 2 points for Braden Scott. 13 points total here in this first half for Arcadia Loup City. Rebounding wise, Hayden Griffith really been successful on the boards. 5 rebounds in that second quarter and a handful of rebounds for his teammates as well. 10 turnovers for Arcadia Loup City, 12 rebounds as a team. Foul trouble, they've got 3 players that have more than 2 fouls. Peyton Garlds has 3 personal fouls, 2 fouls for Vince Urich and 2 fouls for Hayden Griffith. Free throw shooting wise for both teams has not been good, as Ansley Litchfield has gone 3 for 8 and Arcadia Loup City 2 for 6. So might see that change hopefully in the second half for both of those teams as they struggle from the free throw line and right now just cannot seem to get the ball to roll into the hoop. Ansley Litchfield leading Arcadia Loup City 19-13 here at half.
They're trying to chomp away at that lead. They trailed by 7 at the end of the first quarter, now trail by 6 at the half. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll get ready for more second half action right here on KBBN, as well as our video streaming platforms. Just search for Sandhills Express on Facebook Live and on YouTube.
Citizens Bank and Trust provides superior financial service with honesty, professionalism, and confidentiality while promoting economic growth and stability in the communities they serve. With convenient locations in St. Paul, Loup City, and Central City, all locations are experienced in real estate, agriculture, commercial and consumer lending, offering savings, deposit, checking accounts, debit cards, and online and mobile banking. Citizens Bank and Trust Company, your community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need auto parts? Don't search high, low, and in between. Talk to Loup City Auto Parts on Main Street in Loup City. Open Monday to Friday 8 to 5 and from 8 to noon on Saturday. They stock replacements, accessories, supplies, and equipment so you can get about any make of automobile back on the road. They even have light and heavy-duty truck parts, off-road equipment, buses, and ag equipment too. Saying Go Rebels by sponsoring this broadcast. Loup City Auto Parts.
No matter what hunting season is around the corner, you should be headed to Johnson Hunt and Fish in Loup City to prepare. Great customer service, a knowledgeable staff, and competitive pricing mean you're on your way to a great outdoor experience. From hunting gear and fishing gear to licenses and park permits, go see Johnson Hunt and Fish in Loup City, 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on South Highway 58. They're proud to help bring you this broadcast.
Corey and Roxy with Marcus Trucking of Loup City are proud supporters of the Arcadia Loup City Rebels. If you need cattle hauled, it's simple. Just give Marcus Trucking of Loup City a call, 402-389-0730. They have the equipment, know-how, and customer service you desire. That's Marcus Trucking of Loup City. Happy to help bring you this broadcast featuring the Arcadia Loup City Rebels.
Insurance of the Heartland in Ansley is a proud radio sponsor of area high school sports. The skills that students learn in athletics go beyond the playing field. These student athletes learn teamwork, work ethic, and competitiveness, just to name a few. The sports that they participate in also are a way to bring communities together. The team at Insurance of the Heartland in Ansley is happy to help bring you this broadcast to cheer on your team.
Muddy Creek Ag supports the Ansley Litchfield Spartans. Pete, Ryan, Trey, and Brandy are your suppliers of all feed and seed products, Traeger grills, and seasonings as well. They also have new and used seed tenders and are proud to be channel seedmen. Good luck, Spartans, from Muddy Creek Ag. Call them at 308-935-1155. The same people with the same great products on Highway 2 in Ansley, America.
Baco Transfer Incorporated of Litchfield buys, sells, hauls, and grinds hay and other forage crops year-round. Specializing in handling and processing, their fleet of specialty equipment with experienced operators work with many operations across central Nebraska. They also operate a full-service automotive repair shop for trucks and passenger vehicles in Litchfield. Driven to exceed your customer service expectations, Baco Transfer, proud to help bring you this sports broadcast.
Welcome back to Loup City High School as we get ready for the second half of our boys contest. Arcadia Loup City fell down 13-0 to open this one up, but they've slowly chipped away at that lead and now trail it by 6 at halftime. Would think that it seems that the momentum is kind of in the hands of the Rebels, but if we know anything about the locker room, it usually kills momentum as both teams are able to make adjustments as we head into the second half. The exciting thing about it is we see what those adjustments are, and usually it's pretty obvious what the teams want to do coming out of the half.
And I think right now things will favor Ansley Litchfield a little bit because for Arcadia Loup City, your defense has been so good, especially in that second quarter. I'm not sure you really have a need to change anything, but Ansley Litchfield knows what they're going to have to change going into this quarter. And so I think for Arcadia Loup City, you're going to see this immediate change from Ansley Litchfield, and then you have to make those adaptations pretty quickly to prevent that. So we'll see kind of how this plays out, but with it just being a 19-13 game, things are still very, very tight in this one.
Calvin Finley receives the inbounds, and we're underway here in the third quarter. Picks up his dribble, looks for the lob on the weak side over to Luke Bailey. He comes down with it and is fouled. Heck of a pass, heck of a catch between Finley and Bailey. Results in an inbounds for home. Caden gets it into Bailey, gets it right back on the block. Double team, goes up through it, can't get it to go. Touch rebound, not able to go back up and in for Rhodey on the putback attempt. Hayden Griffith with it, top of the key, gets it over to Urich. Over to Van Slyke, puts up a three, knocks home a three. That's the way to start if you're the Rebels as we get underway here in the third.
Yeah, and that was a great kind of a step into three that he was ready for right away.
Lead is down to 3 for the Spartans, whose offense continues to be cold here as we start the third quarter. They try to fit it down into Holm. It's slapped back. Bailey with it. Tries to get it over to Lloyd. Griffith comes out of there with it. Hayden wants to press the issue. Does so. Goes up and scores it. Hayden Griffith couldn't get those kinds of shots to go in the first half. He reset at the locker room and comes in and pulls his team to within 1. Sam Loy with it far side. Chins the ball. Now gets it off to Holm. Pulls up from the free throw line and splashes home two to answer. That's a big shot for the Spartans.
Yeah, and that was one they needed desperately. And instead of just trying to bully his way to the middle, I love that touch shot by Holm.
Van Slyke tries to go baseline against Rhodey. And Rhodey cut him off just a little bit too hard and committed the blocking foul.
Second personal against Layton as he might be taking a seat here for a bit.
Zach Lloyd comes in for him. No other substitutions, and we get an inbounds for the final 6:37 of the third quarter. Van Slyke with it, far wing. Up top to Braden Scott. Scott over to Griffith. Hayden wanting to attack now, backs it out. Over to Braden Scott on the far side wing. Couple of dribbles. Scott puts up a three. Can't get it to go. That one was all but in. It bounces out into the hands of the Spartans. Finley off to Zach Loy. Zach surveys, gets it near side to Sam Loy. Sam does the same, now kicks it back over. They continue to play a little bit of catch up here at the top. Now high post into Bailey. Bailey left his shot short. Fight for the rebound, goes into the hands of Bailey, puts his shot up, can't get it to go. And now this time the rebound into the hands of Braden Scott. Luke Bailey can't wish for better looking shots than that though. Van Slyke, near side wing, gets it off to Garltz. Peyton drives, and coming in just a little bit too late is Sam Loy, who's knocked back to the free throw line.
Yeah, he's about half a step too slow. A great idea to hedge that, but got to make sure that your body is square, and just was not able to get there in time. Just is his first personal, though.
Arcadia Loup City back in the half court, trailing by 3. Braden Scott working around all the way to Van Slyke, who ran before he dribbled, and turns it back over to the Spartans.
Yeah, Van Slyke, a good idea. He had a good screen coming on a curl, but got to put that ball down first.
Finley with the ball in his hands as we tick inside 5:30 to go here, third quarter. Been an exciting start to the third quarter. Zach Loy with it, deep corner. Couple of dribbles, skip pass over to Sam Loy. Sam corner to Bailey, into Holm. Holm has a couple of people spying in on him. Kind of a matchup zone now from Arcadia Loup City. Finley now attacks it, spins at the free throw line, can't find anything. Out to Zach Loy. One dribble, down inside to Holm. Shoots over the double team. Griffith pulls down the miss, and we've got a foul going to be whistled. This will go against Luke Bailey, trying to fight for position.
I'm trying to figure out what Arcadia Loup City is running exactly. It's almost like it looks like a box and one, but kind of a triangle in two as well, as they pin deep on Holm and then chase Calvin Finley around. I'll have to keep an eye on that and see if that changes going forward, and if that changes the offense for Ansley Litchfield as well.
Urick into the front court, gets a screen from Griffith. Can't find him on the roll. Over to Garles. Goes baseline. Rhodey cuts him off. Garles finds an angle to get a shot. Slaps the ball on the rebound out of the hands of Rhodey, and it's another possession for the Rebels.
A great tip out.
Van Slyke drives, puts up the scoop layup. Can't get the roll here on his home court in Loup City. Rebound to the Spartans, and Finley's off and running. Calvin stops at the free throw line, gives it off to Zach Loy. Dribbles into the corner, now back out to Finley. 4.5 to go, third quarter. Luke Bailey, short little drive, lost it, hands it off to Rhodey. Rhodey throws up a crazy shot, gets it to go, it'll count. He'll go to the line looking for the old-fashioned three.
We've seen great looking shots from all of the players, and then somehow Layton throws up a shot from his hip and it went in. I mean, it just seems so backwards.
Oh, he'd be the first to admit that's not the prettiest shot he's ever put up in his life, but he'd probably not expect that one to go in more than 10% of the time. That's why coaches always say you get fouled, flip that thing up at the rim. Never know what'll happen.
Also the fourth personal foul on Peyton Garland, so he'll be sitting for a while.
Rhodey completes the three-point play and jogs back on defense as Sam Loy comes in for Luke Bailey. So your lineup for Arcadia Loup City: Jared Kappa, Vince Urick, Braden Scott. Down on the block, Justin Lewick and Hayden Griffith still in there as well, as they're in the half court as we tick towards 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Griffith, a couple of jab steps, hasn't used his dribble, now he does. Kicks it off though, over to Urick, now far side over into the hands of Gappa, who can't find Griffith down on the block, threw it away, back to the Spartans.
I don't think Griffith was quite ready yet. He was still working his way along the baseline, and they were only about 8 feet apart, and that ball was whistled over his ear.
The offense all of a sudden has become a grind for the Rebels. Haven't scored in a while, down 18-24. Griffith says, I want to change that, gets the steal, goes up, had the ball slapped away, couldn't get it to go. His miss pulled down by Braden Scott, who pulls it up and in. Griffith thought he was fouled on that one. I like the no call. That was a pretty darn good block by the Spartans. 3.5 to go here, third quarter. Holm, high post, driving against Griffith. Step back, got it. Wow, what a beautiful shot from Caden Holm.
And you can't, I mean, Griffith was there. His hand is in his face. You can't defend it any better.
Near side, Braden Scott with the bounce. Skips it over to Griffith. Hayden, one jab step, lost his dribble. Good defense by Holm. Now Urick dribbles up against Calvin Finley. They threw the arm out there trying to make some room, and it's an offensive foul against Arcadia Loup City. Doesn't have to be a big shove, but if you throw that arm out and extend to make room, it's an offensive foul.
Yeah, that was a good job by Finley staying in front. That's a tough ask, and Urick, I think, a little frustrated that he wasn't able to get to the rim as quickly with that defense being physical and right in front of him.
Leighton Rhodey back in the game and into the half court. Has it at the top of the key. Nifty dribbling. Defense is there. Kicks it off to Bailey. Bailey back to Rhodey. Couple of dribbles. Kind of congested over here on the near side of the Spartans. Now they get it over to Zach Loy. Thought about the three. Now to Sam Loy in the corner. Gets it into Holm. Triple teamed. Caden, nice find to Leighton Rhodey, but can't finish the layup. And Coach Matt Drew pull some hairs out on that one. That was a beautiful look. The Spartans would love to finish. Three put up by Braden Scott. Can't get it to go. Spartans the rebound, and back the other way we go. Bailey throws it to no one, and now we've got a jump ball called. As thinking he came away with it was Vince Urick.
I think he and Loy had it tied up. One of them was either going to commit a travel or wanted to go in the other direction, but
it was going to be something, a travel, a foul, or
a jump ball.
A jump ball like we saw. Jump ball might not have been the most likely of the three calls, but it's probably the one that Arcadia Loup City would like of the three the most. Back in the half court are the Rebels. Urich with it near side. Vince almost has it slapped away, controls it, dips it down inside to Gappa. Gappa out to Griffith, goes inside, blocking foul, and gotta appreciate the aggressiveness of Hayden Griffith. Goes right towards the rim, gets the defender on their heels, and forces the official to make a call, and that's why he's at the line.
Yeah, Leighton Rohde was the one trying to take that charge, but he was still working his way to the baseline when he made contact and unable to get there in time. But right now Griffith was pretty decent up to this point from the free throw line, 50%, but can't knock down that first one.
He'll get a look at the second. His team trails by 6 here in the third quarter. Left that one short. Rebound pulled out there by Jared Gappa. Urich thought about spotting up from 25 feet. Pulled it down, though. Now off to Gappa. His three up and good. And Urich lets him know, hey, nice shot, buddy. And they fall back on defense. Now to within 3. Bailey in the front court. Off to Finley, near side wing. Back to Bailey. Bailey lobs it in for Holm. Just a single team on him. He puts it up through the contact from Braden Scott. Scores it and will go to the line.
6 points in this quarter. And that's the thing you have to do against this zone defense. They've switched. I think they were in a 1-3-1. Now they're back into their matchup. But you've got to get to Holm early before that defense gets set and let him go to work.
We've seen him triple teamed. We've seen him quadruple teamed. Even a double team might not be very good on the post moves of Caden Holm. Can't finish the three-point play, though. 5-point lead now for Ansley Litchfield. Back on defense. Urich drives, scoops, and scores. Nice drive from Vince Urich.
Went right to the hoop, and Calvin Finley with those 2 fouls, not wanting to pick up a third, had to kind of let him go by.
Sam Loy, far side, high post, up to Caden Holm. Caden puts it on the deck and traveled with it. Didn't gather at the right point. He had the right idea going for the jump stop and then the score, but left his feet and stopped his dribble at the wrong time. Not a very common travel call, but the correct one.
Yeah, that was one. I think he was in between doing a Euro and just driving to the hoop.
Urich lost the dribble, kicks it over to Griffith. Hayden, a jab step, gets a screen, goes around it, lost the ball. Picking it up is Gappa. Thought about the three, off to Griffith. He'll take the three, left it long, fight for the rebound. Good box out down low by Justin Lewick. He puts it back up and in. Man, that was a fight for the rebound.
And that you could not have done that any better. Beautiful position.
50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Arcadia Loup City in a grind here with Ansley Litchfield. 45 seconds now. Finley thought about the three, now drives, goes through everyone, has it slapped back, but on the follow through, we've got a foul against Arcadia Loup City.
I think Arcadia Loup City is not going to like it, and it was really tough to see, but there was a lot of the ball initially, but remember, this isn't the NBA. That follow through hits body, that's a foul. And Calvin Finley earns himself a trip to the free throw line.
On the official giving the explanation, off to Jared Gappa, who picked up the foul. He said when you followed through after the block, you slapped him on the back. That's where the foul came, not on the initial block, and Gappa seems satisfied with that explanation. Finley can't get the first one to go. Calvin, a couple of dribbles, and totes up the second. Gets this one to go all nylon. 2-point lead now for Ansley Litchfield, who shows some full court pressure here. Braden Scott with the bounce, working against Bailey, lost it, now double teamed, and is poked out by Calvin Finley. Ansley Litchfield not going to allow Arcadia Loup City with a free shot here to end the third quarter by any means.
Yeah, and that trap kind of came out of nowhere. I think they were expecting a man press, and all of a sudden Finley came screaming over to tie that one up on the far side.
Now they kind of fall out of it as Urich brings it up. Gets it off to Gappa. Urich wants it back, but it's cut off by Rohde. A little bit of 1-3-1 here again from Ansley Litchfield to end the third quarter. 15 seconds. Gappa skips it over. Scott off to Urich. Urich lets the defense go by, kicks it out. Scott's three up, can't get it to go. Rebound underneath by Justin Lewick, but he throws it away into the hands of Rohde. Leighton Rohde pulls at the buzzer, puts it up. We've got a foul. The whistle was coming immediately when the shot was happening, and that is so tough if you're Arcadia Loup City. The defense was there. You just got to tell yourself, put the hands up. And now Rhodey going to go to the line and take 3 free throws as we head to the fourth. His first one rolls in there, and that's the most forgiving the rim's been all night.
And that was one that, with Gampa picking up the foul, coach is telling him, hey, when he's running on that sideline, he's not going to get a quality shot. Just simply put your hands up. That's all you got to do. And with that swing down, earns himself a trip to the line.
Rhodey can't get the second one to go, and he'll get a look at one more. All eyes on him. Third shot. Can't get it to go. Sat on the rim forever and fell out. So 1 point damage on the buzzer shot from Leighton Rhodey as we head to the fourth. 8 minutes up on the clock. We'll take a break and come back with the fourth here on KBBN.
At Flatwater Bank, we're still committed to calling our customers by name. Because of technology, we may not see you as much anymore, but whether you choose to bank with us online or in person, we're still your hometown bank. We still call you by name when we see you, and we're here for you when you need us. If you're currently not our customer, we would love a chance to show you what you've been missing. Visit us today to start banking with a bank that knows you. At Flatwater Bank, we are still pioneering.
Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Loup City High School, where Arcadia Loup City has their cheerleaders leading the Rebel Faithful on the far side. Over here on the near side where we're sitting, the Ansley Litchfield Spartan cheerleaders doing a great job getting their crowd that made the drive to Loup City into this one, which has become a tight contest when the scoring is ramped up, which it has as of late. It's become really exciting. End of the third, it's a 3-point lead for Ansley Litchfield. Arcadia Loup City has been able to cut into that 13-6 lead from the end of the first quarter every single quarter since then. Into the half court, the Spartans. Calvin Finley flares around, gets it off to Bailey. Bailey puts up a 3, left it short. Griffith, the weak side rebound. One and done for the Spartans. Here comes Arcadia Loup City. Over far side, Braden Scott, one dribble, skips it over to Urick. Urick looked inside for a second. Now Van Slyke. Van Slyke dribbles and lost it. Griffith, good job meeting the ball. Off to Braden Scott. His 3 can't go down. Fight for the rebound. Good move near side by Justin Lewick. Calvin Finley tried to keep him from the ball. Lewick went around him, scooped it into the belly of Finley, who couldn't control it, and saved the possession. What a play.
I can't believe he got around him without fouling him. That was a tough play.
Over with it. Van Slyke pulls for 3. Missed it. Couldn't draw iron. Luke Bailey, the weak side rebound. We trade possessions with no points. Now Bailey into the front court. Urick pokes it away. Thought he got a turnover, but it'll stay with the Spartans.
It was definitely close. Finley, I think, kind of a really big, deep breath, saying, all right, let's kind of settle back in and get back to our game.
14 points scored by Arcadia Loup City in the third quarter. 11 points for Ansley Litchfield. Nice pass down on the opposite block. Caden Holm usually on the receiving end of those, but he finds Sam Loy, who lays it up and in.
Yeah, they found the hole in the triangle and 2, and that's a deep one. If you can find that little gap, you're good to go.
Griffith, high post, spins, can't find anything, back out to Urick. Calls for a screen, goes around it, kicks it out. Griffith, 3 up, 3 down. Hayden Griffith from downtown, and we're trading buckets now as we have a timeout on the floor. Wow, things have heated up here as of late.
Man.
With only 62 total points on the scoreboard, you wouldn't think the scoring would be happening like this, but man, it took this second half to come along before these teams really were able to get things going. It was a 7-point lead for the Spartans at the end of the first. It was a 6-point lead at halftime. It was a 3-point lead at the end of the third, and now it's a 2-point lead. So it has been a grind for Arcadia Loup City, but I'm playing with a lot of heart here on senior night. It's been a really, really fun game so far.
Yeah, and this defense, I think, is about to change for Arcadia Loup City because Ansley Litchfield, we talked about changes coming into that third quarter. They've made a big change into this fourth, and that's finding the open spots. When you've got a triangle and 2, if you can take those 2 guys that are being chased man on man if you can bring them outside and force those players out, and you've got enough talent to be able to kind of pick your way through the zone triangle in the middle, you can find those gaps and start to pay it off. And I think that's what they're doing right now, and we might see a little bit of a change here. But at the moment, looks like they might stick with that triangle and 2. We'll see.
The chess match within the game. We've seen a couple of defensive changes by both squads. Finley off to Loy, gets it down to Holm quickly. Holm, double team comes, but he's already up in the air and scores 2. You got to be quicker than that if you want to D up Caden Holm. His fadeaway gets in the room he needs, even if the defense is there.
And you get to him early if you're Ansley Litchfield, and they've done that 2 times already.
Griffith with the bounce, drives in, puts it up, is fouled by Sam Loy, and will go to the line. You know, if you can't get a bucket to answer, take the air out of the ball and go to the free throw line, just like Griffith did there. And, you know, you can't help but think that that three-pointer he just hit is in the back of the mind of the Spartans. That's going to help your drive as well when you've got the long game going too.
Yeah, and they've been forced to kind of play out a little bit more on him as with that shot, and his drive is very good, so definitely got to be on your toes when you're facing off against Griffith.
Hayden couldn't get the first one to go. Puts up the second, gets the friendly roll here in Loup City to pull his team back to within 3.
Might have been the only friendly roll he's gotten all day.
Arcadia Loup City has not led in this game. They trail it by 3 as we go inside 6 minutes to go in the contest. Holm off to Bailey, now Sam Loy. Sam back over to Luke Bailey. Luke with the drive, kicks it off to Leighton Rohde. He'll drive further in, gets it out to Finley. Calvin with the bounce, Urick D'ing him up, looking him right in the eye. Finley drives, kicks it out. Sam Loy traveled with it. It was close. That's probably the closest travel call we've had all night between both basketball games, but I've been impressed with this officiating crew. Between both games, they've done a really, really good job. And, you know, just coming off of, is it National Officials Week?
I think so, yeah.
Last week. You know, you gotta give these guys credit. The NSAA is struggling with official numbers, and these guys have shouts coming down from them, from the crowd all the time. You gotta applaud them when they do a good job. Garltz pulls for 3, left it long. Weak side rebound pulled out of there by Loy. Off to Finley, who wants to run. 4-on-4, Finley finds Rohde, who can't control it. It's back the other direction. Arcadia Loup City did a good job recovering there. A lot of teams would have had a free layup there, but the Rebels doing a good job running back on defense.
That backside defense on that transition is very good, and that was the reason for that turnover.
Urick in the front court, dribbles around Finley. No look pass out to Van Slyke. 3 is up, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound is pulled out of there by Urick eventually after everyone tipped it down. Griffith went for the jab step but drug that pivot foot, and it goes back the other direction. Again, another close one. It's so hard when you jab that hard like Hayden does to keep that other toe down.
Yeah, just almost jabbed too far was the reason for that.
Triple teamed was Holm, missed Loy on the cut. The Spartans tracked down the loose ball. Rohde lost it, off to Bailey. Luke, one dribble, puts up the shot. Good defense from Garltz. And he'll get the defensive stop, and back comes Arcadia Loup City, trying to get a score to go here. Down 3, they've been at this score for a couple of minutes of clock time now. 34-31, Ansley Litchfield with the lead. Arcadia Loup City with the ball. Urick swims through a couple of defenders, lost the ball, and we've got a timeout. Coach Habe did not like what he was seeing, and his expression shows it. 4:23 to go, fourth quarter. It's Ansley Litchfield 34, Arcadia Loup City 31.
Pates Farm Service is a proud supporter of Ansley Litchfield Spartan Athletics. Both in sports and athletics, they know how hard the athletes work to give their best effort, and they want to wish them the best of luck as they work this season. Pates Farm Service in Litchfield is your locally owned and operated parts and service provider for all the ag diesel equipment you need. Call Scott today to schedule your tune-up or repair. Proud to sponsor this broadcast, Pates Farm Service.
Thank you to our awesome sponsors making this broadcast available to you. A few of them include Joe's Market, 4 County Heating and Air, and Thrivent Financial Agent Scott Harvey. Thank you as well to First Nebraska Bank and First Nebraska Bank Insurance Group, Moshka's Building Center, Kushock's Hardware and Variety Store and Platte River Outdoors, Citizens Bank, Loup City Auto Parts, and Johnson Hunt and Fish, a few of our awesome sponsors bringing you tonight's coverage. Well, 4:23 to go up on the clock. The chess match continues between these two teams. Arcadia Loup City just trying to get over the mountain that is this slight lead that they've chipped away at the whole game. Carl's with it, gets it off to Urich, and we're back in the half court. 4:15 to go. Braden Scott with it up top. Off to Garland's far side. Peyton off to Van Slyke. Van Slyke kicks it out. Griffith puts up a three. Left it short. Rebound Garland's. Kicks it back out to Griffith. Over to Urich. We'll reset. 4 to go, fourth quarter. 3-point deficit for Arcadia Loup City. Van Slyke, nice drive, but lost his dribble, and now no one's available. Gets it off to Urich, though. Finley pressuring him. Urich lost the ball, gets it off to Van Slyke. Trey near side to Garltz. Peyton, one dribble, back to Trey. Urich down inside. Braden Scott can't get it to go. Griffith the follow, got it, put it back, scored it, and he'll go to the line with a chance to tie it up.
Wow, what an athletic play by Griffith, coming in there on that missed shot by Scott. Knew that there was no one in front of him to box him out. He flies high, nice little easy dump in.
They were down 13-0 in the first quarter, but it's been a grind since then for Arcadia Loup City to get back to it, and they can't tie it up as Griffith can't get the free throw to go to complete the three-point play.
Leighton Rohde also has 4 fouls now.
Rohde brought it up, kicked it off to Bailey, now Finley. Calvin to Sam Loy in the corner, back to Calvin. 3:23 to go, fourth quarter. 1-point lead for the Spartans. Finley backs it out, resets near side to Bailey. Luke surveys up top. Sam Loy, top of the key. Sam Loy, top of the key. A little bit of a drive. Can't find anyone now. Double teamed. Struggling and loses it. Braden Scott comes out of there with it. Ahead to Urich. Weak side over to Hayden Griffith. Lays it up and in. And Arcadia Loup City has their first lead on the layup from Hayden Griffith.
Just slow and steady.
And another turnover. Van Slyke the other way. Puts it up and scores 2 more. Here comes Arcadia Loup City on senior night. 37-34, timeout on the floor. Spartans will take a break as well with 2:46 to go in the final quarter.
Was founded in 1905, we have been the community bank that's part of your community. Whether it's Friday night at the football game or volunteering at the local celebration, at Town & Country Bank, building relationships is what matters. That's why we gladly support the towns in which we live and work. This is Heather at Town & Country Bank, and I invite you to stop in today and let us show you how banking should be. Town & Country Bank, relationships you can bank on.
Relationships matter. Town & Country Bank.
Member FDIC.
2:46 on the fourth quarter clock, and Arcadia Loup City within the last 10 seconds came all the way back. It's been a slow grind. They were down 7, then 6, then 3 at the end of the first 3 quarters, and now they are up 3. They've come all the way back. It's been a slow grind, but I think they can really hang their hat on their defense. It's led to good offense, and Hayden Griffith, those shots we said weren't falling in the first half for him, that he was frustrated about, they've started to fall.
Well, and Arcadia Loup City has held onto the ball. They've turned it over 4 times this entire half. Ansley Litchfield has almost equaled their first half turnovers with 7. So just the kind of the difference of that defense in this triangle and 2 is causing issues.
Calvin Finley with it up top, working against Van Slyke, kicks it off to Bailey. Bailey on his tiptoes. Gets it over in the corner to Holm. Holm down to Finley. Finley is fouled. Don't think that was the set play that Coach Drew wanted. Only about 3 passes happened, and then he kind of turned back around and looked at his bench and his assistant coaches. Kind of that look that coaches give. I can't really describe it, but it's just that coach's look as Finley goes to the line.
The look of it works, but that is definitely not what I had planned.
Finley can't get it to go. Griffith the rebound. And it's an empty possession for the Spartans, who are now down 3. First time they've been down all game. Urich over to Scott. Braden, skip pass over to Garltz. Peyton puts it on the pine. Off to Scott. 3 up. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Garltz. No one went for it for the Spartans. And now a putback. Peyton Garltz puts it up. And all of a sudden the Rebels can do no wrong. Everything that wasn't falling is falling. And the fouls are coming out for the Spartans on those attempts.
And Garltz finally gets into the scorebook. He's had 4 fouls he's been in foul trouble most of this game, but finally gets in the book, not only with a score, but with 2 rebounds.
And he can't complete the 3-point play. Will go the other direction as the ball goes out of bounds back to the Spartans. 2:03 to work with. 5-point lead for Arcadia Loup City here on senior night, the game where they started all 5 seniors to begin the game. Bailey with it far side for the Spartans, up on his tiptoes looking for Finley. Finley flares around up top. Urick comes out and covers it well. Gives it back to Bailey, trying to get it inside to Holm. Short corner, a little bit of a step off double team. Now off to Leighton Rohde. Rohde driving, puts up a shot, can't get it to go, and a foul is going to be called. I think they're going to get Van Slyke on the body here.
Yeah, and they could have gotten him even earlier than that on that drive by Rohde. He was really pressuring hard on Rohde, but a good job by Leighton to keep that ball out in front of him to lay it up and at least earn a trip to the free throw line.
Leighton's first shot is good. 4-point lead now for the Rebels. Gained that lead only moments ago. In thrilling fashion, went on a spurt of scoring. A couple of and one opportunities, a 3-pointer from Hayden Griffith. Rohde can't get his second shot to go. Griffith the rebound, looking for someone, throws it away into the hands of Rohde, who throws it back into the hands of Van Slyke. And now Coach Hay wants his team to get into the half court here real quick. Van Slyke does so. The pressure defense coming out for the Spartans. Almost a 5 count there on Van Slyke. Now Griffith leaks out, puts it up, can't score it. Rebound to Rohde. Leighton out and running. Almost has it swiped away, now controls it in the half court. Gets it off to Calvin Finley, and we've got a foul called. This is going to be coming on Braden Scott. So hard with the emotions of the game and how fast you're trying to play in a close one like this to not commit those kinds of fouls, exactly like we just saw there from Scott.
I think he would have been all right, but I don't know if he tripped over his own foot, but he kind of fell into Calvin, and he extended those hands and put him right on his back.
Calvin Finley to the free throw line. His team down 4 as he puts up his first. Can't get it to go. And the Spartans can't get a free throw to fall as Holm pressures Braden Scott, who couldn't get it to a teammate. It goes off the back of the backboard, off of Holm's hand. So another inbounds coming for Arcadia Loup City as the crowd makes their voices heard. Garltz to key it in, looking for anybody, can't find anybody, running out of time, gets it into Van Slyke. Trey, a couple of dribbles, double teamed, gets it up to Garltz. Peyton into the front court. 3-on-2 if he wants it, but he holds it up. Right decision there. Van Slyke with it far side. He's double teamed, dribbles through it, off to Urick. Now Garltz. Arcadia Loup City playing keep away here. Urick tries to get it to Van Slyke, and a foul is going to be committed with 41.5 seconds left on the clock. Hard to wait too far into 1 minute to go in the game without committing that foul down 4. You're working on borrowed time there if you didn't get a turnover.
Yeah, and Arcadia Loup City was doing a really good job of taking the air out of that ball and making sure passes. They were making sure they were going to get there.
Van Slyke misses that one, and it's a 1-and-1, so Holm the rebound and runs up. 35 seconds. Finley goes all the way, scoops it up and scores. It's a 2-point game and a timeout is called. 32.6 to go on the fourth quarter clock. 2-point game. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here because it's a good game. Yeah, it's good game, and this has been fun. You know, the crowd getting into it, and it's senior night. The seniors are playing their hearts out for Arcadia Loup City. But Spartans have something to say about that. This was a lead that they lost here deep in the fourth quarter, and they are more than capable of getting their offense back together to take that lead back.
Yeah, and Arcadia Loup City has just done a really good job of sticking with what they know. and sticking with the process. I mean, they really struggled to get the ball to fall in the beginning part of this game, but once they were able to do that, they've kind of seized momentum. For Ansley Litchfield, though, that's a huge bucket. First off, you're closed that gap to 2, but now you gave your defense, which is aggressive and quick, to possibly get a turnover with the clock stop. So this is a big opportunity for Ansley Litchfield. If you don't get the turnover right away, you got to foul.
32.6 to go, fourth quarter. Garles to key it in for ALC. Looking around, can't find anyone. Urick makes himself available. Griffith, no foul yet. Ansley Litchfield playing defense. Van Slyke, now they're running out of time, and Calvin Finley commits the foul on Urick. Almost 10 seconds ran off the clock. That's precious time. The Spartans still plenty of time. 23.7 on the clock. 1-and-1 upcoming here for Urick. Only Spartans stand in the lane to rebound this one.
And Urick has struggled from the free throw line.
Vince's first shot is a miss. Sam Loy the rebound. Spartans can tie it or take the lead. 20 seconds. Finley into the front court. Finley, far side, hands it off to Rohde. Layton with the drive. Gets it over to Bailey. Bailey cut off. Tries to find home. It's slapped out of there by Griffith. 10.2 on the clock. Right idea. If that one goes through, Caden Holmes got a reverse layup to tie it. But good defense by Hayden Griffith.
There's a lot of people on the edge of their seat right now.
10.2, inbounds to Bailey, up top to up to Lloyd, Calvin Finley, corner 3, can't get it to go. Weak side rebound, Griffith, and going over the top was Leighton Rohde, who commits the foul with 2.9 to go.
These become some massive free throws as Rohde's going to foul out with 6 points and 3 boards. But man alive, if you want to talk about putting someone at the line to shoot some free throws, Griffith is one of them.
2.9 is just enough time you need to be able to throw the ball in, get maybe a dribble, and put up a shot. So these become huge free throws for Griffith. Got a couple of substitutions coming in and out for the two teams. A couple of Spartans fans wanted a jump ball on that. That would have been a really, really fast jump ball call.
Yeah.
Really, really quick. I don't think that would make anyone feel good about the process. Sam Loy runs in there. Thought it wasn't 2 shots, and the official down on the in the lane gives him a fist bump and says, "Hey, love the hustle, kid, but we're going to shoot one more after Griffith's first miss." Few dribbles. Hayden puts up the shot and left it short, but it's a long rebound, and it's tracked down by Zach Loy in a quick timeout as only 0.8 of a second came off the clock. 39-37. Arcadia Loup City will be on defense after we come out of this break. And this gives me an opportunity to step up onto my soapbox for a second. Do you know what talk's about to come from Jeremy Scheib here on the broadcast?
I do, but I don't really have a transition for it, so you go ahead.
I think that inside of 2 minutes at the end of quarters or halves at every level of basketball, the ball should be advanced to half court on a timeout. It just makes for more exciting finishes. You don't have to go the full length of the court in this 2 seconds. And it just makes sense. It's something that happens at other levels of basketball, but not in high school basketball. I would love to see that way before they start thinking about implementing a shot clock like a lot of people are talking about in the state right now.
Well, and from an official's aspect, this is not a difficult thing to implement, as Arcadia Loup City is going to take an obvious timeout to set their defense. But, you know, you're talking about taking a timeout, and all it does is just shift the ball. Now, obviously, there's some intricacies with it. Does it have to be after a made basket or yada, 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 or after an immediate rebound? But I'm with you. I think, you know, obviously, if you're an Arcadia Loup City fan watching or listening, you're going, length of the floor works for me right now. But, you know, just from a basketball fan's perspective, being able to have, you know, only half the court to work with, I'm agreeing with you. I think it would be an incredible addition to the game at all levels, including here in high school.
There were a couple of games at state basketball last year that if they were able to advance the ball to half court, we would have had a thrilling finish to a few of those games at state basketball last year. But as it stands, Coming out of this timeout, Ansley Litchfield's got their work cut out for them. They're going to have to go the length of the floor if they want to get a 2-point shot up. Or they're going to have to put up a heave if they can't get a good angle, something going to the basket to be able to step into and throw up a shot.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those situations you get about 2 screens, 1 pass, and that's it. I mean, it has to be fast. I mean, 2.1 is quite a bit of time, but still.
Caden Holm will inbound it. He receives it. Throws it all the way ahead to Sam Loy. Sam turns, has to shoot, puts it up. Couldn't get it to go. Got as good a look as you can hope for, but it falls short. And coming all the way back from 13-0, opening the game on senior night, Arcadia Loup City gets the victory, 39-37, and one that went down to the final buzzer. Wow, what a game. Glad to have you folks here for it on our radio and video stream. We've got Gavin tallying up the final numbers. I want to thank some more of our wonderful sponsors that brought you this one. Marcus Trucking, Insurance of the Heartland, Muddy Creek Ag, Baco Transfer, Flatwater Bank, Pates Farm Service, Town and Country Bank, BD of Broken Bow, Loup City Lumber, Nebraska State Bank, The Grocery Cart, Rod's Body and Paint, Arrow Seed, Team Physical Therapy, Mead Lumber, Trotter Service, Shelter Insurance Agent Brent Custer, Custer Federal State Bank, A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping, Squire Septic Service of Myrna, Agland ATV, Bruning Bank, and Sargent Irrigation. Thank you as well to Lines Appliance, Palmer Monument, Insurance of the Heartland, Lashley Land, Colligan with Del Moniger and Tim Wright, the Callaway District Hospital, Gateway Motors, Dairy Queen, Food Bar and Grillin' in Selmo, Power Solutions, and Agribest Feeds of Callaway. We'll take one last commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final numbers and wrap it up from here in Loup City.
Join the team at BD. They're proud to offer you competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more, to name a few. A new sign-on bonus is going on right now, too, of $1,000. You'll receive $250 after 30 days, another $250 after 6 months, and after 1 year, $500 more dollars. Apply online today at bd.com/careers or attend open interviews the first or third Wednesday each month in Broken Bow.
Loup City Lumber is your full-service lumber yard located at 904 O Street in Loup City. And they're happy to support the Arcadia Loup City Rebels by sponsoring this radio broadcast. Owners Scott and Stacy Tencher want you to know that Loup City Lumber offers materials and advice for all your needs. From metal buildings, new home buildings, and newly added floor covering section, they're ready to serve you. At Loup City Lumber, helping bring you this high school sports action.
It's midnight. Banking time. Really? Well, yeah. I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
The Grocery Cart Rewards Program is a great way for you to save on items in the aisles and on gas for your car. Every month we feature new products you can purchase with points you earn from shopping at the Grocery Cart, or use your points at Casey's and Broken Bow to fill up with a discount. Signing up is easy. Just ask them at the Grocery Cart. Scan your card and earn those free groceries. It's easy as that at Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
When your car gets dented, dinged, smashed, or smacked, the last thing you should have to worry about is it being in the right hands to get it fixed. When you choose Rod's Body and Paint in Broken Bow, your vehicle will leave their shop looking great. Don't forget, Rod can also help you with those windshield chips. Take care of them before they get worse and cost you more money. If your windshield already needs replaced, they can do that too. Rod's Body and Paint on the curve, west of Broken Bow.
Arrow Seed is your Gallagher Power Fence headquarters. They keep a large inventory of energizers, insulators, wire posts, and testers on hand, because when you need fencing supplies, you need them now. And if you're looking to build a new fence, Gallagher Power Fence is a less expensive option than traditional post and barbed wire. If you're having trouble with your Gallagher fencer, bring it to Aeroseed and it can usually get fixed in-house. From building a new fence to putting up some temporary fencing, Gallagher Power Fence is the dependable and affordable way to contain your most valuable resources.
If you're looking for the full package, look no further. Team Physical Therapy is pleased to be able to offer you not only physical therapy, but now occupational therapy and speech therapy. Call 872-5111. Together empowering able movement. Team Physical Therapy can help you in all your therapy needs from babies to the older adult. Call 872-5111. We offer one-on-one therapy with the rehab specialist. Call 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Ready or not, here comes the chilly season. Are you already noticing some cold drafts coming into your home, chilling the air? Don't make your heating system work harder than it needs to. Talk to Mead Lumber and Broken Bow about insulation solutions to keep the cold where it belongs, outside. The helpful staff at Mead Lumber and Broken Bow can offer solutions that will save you money when the weather gets chilly. Talk to them today, East Highway 2, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
Welcome back one last time to Loup City High School, where we just had a great doubleheader. Ansley Litchfield getting the win in the girls contest, and then Arcadia Loup City on senior night coming back in the boys contest to get a 2-point victory. They fell down quickly 13-0 as we opened up this contest, but they scored the final 6 points of the first quarter to pull within 7 at the end of the first. They were to within 6 at halftime, within 3 at the end of 3, and then go on a scoring spurt, outscoring Ansley Litchfield 12-7 in the fourth quarter to come away with the 2-point 39-37 victory. Congratulations to Arcadia Loup City on a great win on senior night, and that's the kind of momentum you like to see teams have heading into the postseason. With a look at your final stats, here's Gavin.
First, we'll start with Ansley Litchfield. Team stats, 16 turnovers, did not have a great second half, and was out-rebounded in that second half with a final rebound numbers 22. Arcadia Loup City with 29. Free throw-wise for both teams is definitely something that they will look to improve going into their last 2 games of the regular season. But let's take a look at some individual stats for you. Leading the way for Ansley Litchfield was Caden Holm, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Also scoring points, 6 points apiece for Sam Loy, 3 rebounds, 6 points for Leighton Rohde, 3 rebounds. He was 4 for 10 from the free throw line. 5 points, I should say, for Luke Bailey. He had 6 rebounds, 3 points for Calvin Finley, 1 for 3 from the free throw line, and 3 points for Zach Loy, 1 rebound, and a single point for Ryan Bailey from the free throw line in that second quarter. He had 2 rebounds. 7 for 18 from the free throw line was Ansley Litchfield, as they score 37 points in that contest. Arcadia Loup City, they were led in scoring by Hayden Griffith. No surprise there. He had 8 points finishing the third quarter, heading into the fourth. He finished with 16 and 12 rebounds, so a double-double for Hayden Griffith. Going down the scoring list for you, 7 points for Vince Urick, 1 rebound, 4 points for Braden Scott, 2 points for Peyton Garles. Should say Braden Scott also had 4 rebounds, 2 rebounds for Peyton Garles, 7 points and 1 rebound for Vince Urick, 5 points and 2 rebounds for Trey Van Slyke, 2 points, 5 rebounds for Justin Lewick, and 3 points and 3 rebounds for Jared Gappa, as they put up 29 rebounds. Also struggled from the free throw line, going 3 for 16. So not something that either one of these teams are going to enjoy talking about tomorrow, but 15 turnovers for Arcadia Loup City as they get the victory in a grinded-out, great basketball game here in Loup City, 39-37 over Ansley Litchfield.
All right, thank you very much, Gavin. So we split the doubleheader. Ansley Litchfield gets the win in the girls' game. Arcadia Loup City comes back and gets the victory in the boys' game. Great way to finish our regular season of radio and video coverage, but that is not where things stop for us at KCNI KBBN. Stay tuned to sandhillsexpress.com and our radio stations to know where we're going to be going forward into the postseason. Girls sub-districts next week. state wrestling next week, play-by-play wrestling coverage, start to finish, every match of all of our area wrestlers next week at state. Speaking of wrestling, this Saturday, the B1 District Wrestling Meet featuring the Broken Bow Indians is going to be right here on KBBN. Thank you again to all of the awesome sponsors I named recently that brought us this broadcast tonight from Loup City. We really appreciate it. We're not able to make the drive here to bring you this awesome game without the help of those sponsors. And yeah, that does it for our night. Split doubleheader here at the end of the season, and it was a pretty good one. Can't ask for a better end to the regular season, can you, Gavin?
Really can't. And, that just, I think, gives us great momentum going into the postseason. I'll start our coverage on Tuesday next week from Myrna, with Ensemble Myrna and Ansley Litchfield being our focus in that one. And, looking forward to it. Another great season. Bittersweet, unfortunately, coming to an end. But on the flip side, we've got some great games upcoming on both of our stations.
For Gavin Higgins, for Jeff Bailey behind the video camera, for those of you watching the video stream tonight, I'm Jeremy Shipe. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you for listening to our coverage of high school sports. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Also, a special word of thanks goes out to our sponsors who make our coverage possible. You too can thank those businesses by allowing them to be a service to you. Join us again next time for our continuing coverage of high school sports. In the meantime, read more on SandhillsExpress.com from Central Nebraska's sports source.